Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to AGRO 41, Liam versus edcobby2 for the Xbox 155-pound belt, Dosser versus Smesh Parker Aziz for the PlayStation 155-pound belt. Due to time differences, obviously, all around the world, AGRO is global. We are going to have Dosser versus Aziz starting off the card. No better way to kick off the AGRO 41 than a title fight. Right, Jamie?
Yeah. In the interim title fight for the 55, obviously the champ's suspended, so but the division has to keep moving. So these two, and Dosser lost his belt at the tournament, so he definitely deserves a rematch. But he chose to take this fight, so see how he does.
Absolutely, and of course, losing the belt to Morbid Mad Lad in the tournament. Morbid stepping in for UFC 4 News on short notice, snatching the belt from the champ. Truly an interesting sequence of events to put former champ Dosser in. But now he's got another opportunity to sort of crack that gold, get the title around the waist. Kane, I believe you're with us today. Kane, how you doing?
I am absolutely fantastic, and I'm extremely excited for this card. It is a low-key banger. It's a low-key banger. It's going to be fucking... It's going to be... My French. It's going to be great.
Absolutely. Truly. One of those sleeper cards, man. I mean, I think that there's a lot of guys on here that don't have a ton of name recognition within the AGRO community or the UFC 4 esports landscape at large. But, boy, all of these fighters are definitely going to be coming to play today. Now, referencing the betting line, Dosser closed at a -140 favorite. Smesh Parker Aziz at a +170 dog. These are close lines, relatively speaking, with the other betting lines on the card, the odds, if you will.
So, and it's just a testament to how quickly Smesh has worked his way through that 155 rankings. He's really trailblazed, if you will, up to the upper echelon of that 155 PlayStation class, and he's got a very tough test ahead of him. There's no
Aziz tasting the leather early. Former champ Dosser absolutely cleaning the chin of Aziz.
Just I was saying, he's no slouch. He's an absolute machine, and I know firsthand.
Agree with you.
There could be a lot of this spinning, a lot of these spinning elbows, which is good from Aziz because he knows Dosser moves his head off the centre line a lot, so he can catch him.
I think takedowns are a good idea as well to offset. Sorry there, Ben, but to offset Dosser and his head movement and to drain some of his cardio a little bit. Takedowns should be a big factor into Aziz's game.
Absolutely. Level changing, giving the former champ some looks. Aziz is 2-0, of course, in AGRO, so relatively new, doesn't have a ton of experience. Dosser, on the other hand, 9-5. This guy, there are few fighters that have more cage time in AGRO than him, but let's see. It's experience versus the style, high flying. Good spinning elbow attempt there.
Dosser sticking to the fundamentals right now, just pumping out the 1-2. Swayed and not doing... that was a big hook there. Caught the sway just as he went to go for the spinning elbow. But Dosser keeping to the basics right now. Not doing anything too flashy because, as you know, with one miscalculation, one misstep with Aziz, and it can be all over.
Aziz truly one of those guys who, when he smells blood in the water, the fight is finished moments later. Now, Dosser, to your point, yes, sticking to the fundamentals, really not allowing himself to open up that wrist. Great slip hook offering there from him. And this is something that we have known to come and understand. Aziz floored by the spinning elbow.
The patience.
Talk about changing up the styles. I mean, we're over here talking about fundamentals. He's throwing spinning elbows.
He's shown a lot of patience around it. Dosser looks really calm. He's not sort of overexerting himself. If you've seen other kickboxing fights, he was straight full pressure, non-stop, like onslaught. But for this, he's calmed himself down a little bit. Sort of, like we said, stuck to the fundamentals and just throwing it in when he knows it's going to land, where he knows the big power strikes are going to do some damage like that. The one to
huge
from
axe kick.
Now he's draining his stamina.
Really, I was just about to say, burning the gas tank, trying to get the finish. Minute left in the opening round here. And I liked for a moment there, Dosser switched up. He was throwing the knees to the body, and I loved that adjustment. I think that taking away the cardio of the high-flying Aziz is going to be the key moving forward within this fight.
Absolutely, and another thing that he does well, just as Aziz went to try and sort of pursue the finish, as Aziz backed out when he was low on stamina, he switched it up and threw the switch lead body kick with the lead leg. So he's mixing it up really well, but he's also keeping it real crisp and clean and simple.
What
rocks
a
apiece.
frenetic opening 5 minutes to this interim title fight between these two. I would have to imagine that Dosser got the better of that. He did score, I believe, 2 knockdowns in that one, but Aziz not really outclassed her. I think each guy had a lot of success in that first round.
Absolutely. Both big moments for both fighters. I'd give the round to Dosser just because they were knockdowns as opposed to rocks. That was a nice overhand, though.
They're both balanced retro, so I'm taking one of these two down if I'm the other guy, because the standing on the feet is just going to cause a flash KO that doesn't need to happen.
Well, taking Dosser down is easier said than done. It looks like when he's got good ping, he's impossible to take down. We saw him, mainly only struggle against Morbid.
Oh!
That's
kick
it.
for Dosser! Aziz down again!
Cage.
Cheers for the
Wow,
follow.
and you can see there the striking disparity is quite large. Dosser 53, Aziz only managing 27 strikes landed so far. Let's see if he can increase the output and the accuracy.
That was a really, really well-timed takedown. Just as he whiffed on the lead body kick, dove in for the ankle pick. Beautiful. See how Aziz's wrestling chops hold up now. Because if he wins this, he's going to fight one of the best wrestlers in the 155 division. Both fighters. Oh, nice.
Kane, can you say lead switch kick again for me?
No, because it makes me struggle. It's really hard. I want to be technical, but I'm just like lead, kick. Fuck. Honestly.
Now, this is an interesting dimension of Aziz's game, which we really haven't had a lot of time to see in his 2 fights in aggro so far. The ground game, right? The grappling. It is 50% of UFC 4's sort of skill set, right? It is mixed martial arts, so it's good to see that he has some capability on the ground. Now, he hasn't shown anything off his back. Here we go. Let's see what Aziz can do.
Nice flip there from Dosser. Good decision to get up. Doesn't want to. I would like to see a little bit of ground and pound maybe just before he exited, even if it was just to the body, just to throw Aziz off. But
now, one thing that I believe is of note, the razor wire perk that's attached to the Balance Virtuoso class, standing knees and elbows are faster and more accurate. Oh, Aziz down again!
Just a bit. Taking his time.
Yeah.
Smart move, don't want to get
ground and pound.
Smart to take his time and not get caught in a rear naked choke.
Exactly. I've done that to so many people online. It's disgusting.
I've won so many fights online where I've been absolutely getting battered because I just caught him in a choke.
I choked out John Jones as fucking Francis Ngannou in a rear naked after one of those, and I was like, I shouldn't be allowed on this game.
That was
Oh, that's a big whiff. Nice head movement.
I lost every second of the fight and got the sub at 458 round 5.
A double jab, and then a straight right there. Axe kick once again. Aziz rocked. Aziz down. This could be it. Can former champ Dosser reclaim the gold?
Wow.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Jesus.
I've never seen that in my life.
Survivability absolutely on Aziz's side. This is something that we haven't seen from the prospect. End of the second round. Boy, former champ Dosser really putting a hurting on the number 2 contender, Smesh Parker Aziz. Kane, what are your thoughts moving into this third round?
I think Smesh needs to just continue with the wrestling. I think so far from what we've seen on the striking, he's able to handle his own, but he's just getting caught with 2 bigger shots, and 1 or 2 more big shots from Dosser and his game over. So he just needs to stick to the wrestling game plan, push him up against the cage, just try anything he can to try and turn the odds in his favor.
This could be it. That could be it.
Aziz!
This could be it. Aziz!
Down!
Oh, he slipped him!
We could get rear naked.
Dosser gets the back rear naked choke. Is
Go
that
it.
Balance Virtuoso class? Let's see if he goes for it. Yes, he is.
It's in. It's in. Oh, my God.
Good job by Aziz. One thing that we feel is necessary to mention, Aziz is truly one of the hottest prospects that we have, a fan favorite indeed. In 2 fights, he has generated such a following. You think, Kane, that he maybe feels the pressure of this title fight?
I mean, like you said previously, he's 2-0, so he's only fought 2 other fighters, and then going up to fight a caliber of fighter like Dosser, it's a tall task. I mean,
pressure.
He's nice patience there from Dosser. We went slow motion then.
Oh!
Once again. Oh, this is crazy.
What a fight to open the
Aziz's cardio is failing him here. I believe that it could be the biggest issue that's limiting his success. He just doesn't have the ability to string together these strikes like he needs to.
Like this round's Aziz so far. If he takes this fight to the ground for rest, he can win these last 3 rounds. But I suppose he just wants to stand and bang, doesn't he?
Which could be his own could be his downfall.
Aziz promised somebody's going to go down.
Oh!
Oh,
Block.
big hook to the guard.
Aziz just standing and stares at him. Just throw at me. Oh, he got blocked swing forward.
Tries to style, but
Oh!
That's it,
puts
surely.
It's got to be it.
No way he's surviving this. Oh my!
oh my god!
Oh, well done,
Former
Dosser.
champ
What a fight.
Dosser pounds out Smesh Parker Aziz midway through the third, reclaims the throne. Interim champ now. Aziz tastes his first loss in aggro, but truly looked like he belonged there, at least in my opinion. Held his own, really gave the current interim champ some problems.
No stop
Now,
loss there.
fans, stand up for your guy Aziz. He'll be back.
No stop loss for Aziz there.
I was just going to say no real stop loss because, like we said earlier, from 2-0 to face a competition level of what Dosser is, it's no small task, and it's not something that you ask a lot of fighters to do. You like to build them up a little bit more, but Aziz is as eager and as ready as they come, and to lose to Dosser is not a bad thing. He's one of the best in the company, so it's a tough break for Aziz, but he showed that he was never out of that fight and he was fighting until the end.
Those that bet on Dosser cashing in, the favorite becomes the IC interim champ again. Dosser getting that gold back. Looking forward to seeing him have a rematch against Morbid Mad Lad at some point down the line to unify and become potentially the undisputed champion at 155.
Good words from Wavy. Beautiful fight. Wow.
Moving onwards and upwards, what do we have next on the plate? I believe
Falcon.
we will be looking at Falcon versus Kai. KIAW, truly one of the greats in the UFC 4 community.
Can't wait we both this fight.
Really. Yeah, this is a murder, guys. I don't want Falcon. Okay, here's the thing. Let me build some context here. Kai is one of the most competent fighters over in Cage Rage, and we're so happy to have him here and welcome him to the aggro community and see how his career goes here. Falcon, I have not seen him before, so obviously bias. For me, at least, would be the one that I've seen and commentated, and Kai is truly a spectacular fighter. Kane, do you have anything or any knowledge on Falcon?
I know that this is a pick'em.
I can give you some.
Yeah, Jamie,
knowledge
drop
on
some
Falcon.
hot Falcon facts for us.
I've been in group chat with Falcon for a while, and before I joined aggro when he first got UFC, he hadn't had it very long.
Okay.
And I fought him a few times. He's only level 6 at the moment, level 7 or something. So, okay, KIAW is currently sat 70th or something in the world. Last time I checked. So,
The beauty about mixed martial arts, anything can happen. Any strike can land, get a flash KO. So Falcon, he does have a puncher's chance in this one, but I am anticipating one of the most impressive aggro debuts we have ever seen.
This could be crazy. This could be a big. I know it doesn't say it on the actual. I know it wouldn't be an upset in terms of the.
In terms of the odds, of course, but yes,
the numbers that we've got. If Falcon goes out and starts his Kai, it would be huge. It'd be crazy.
And, sometimes with the odds, they are, of course, generated from the polls that we send out. And that's obviously just all name recognition, right? It's just who people know. Falcon could have retweeted that, and all of his followers could have skewed it to be 80% Falcon, 20% Kai. But
80% Falcon!
You even get people like me who vote against people because I don't like them, and I want them to get frustrated because of the underdog.
I voted for Carl versus Bernie just because I know Carl's got a nasty crane kick.
I believe we are waiting for Falcon to go live on his Twitch and get the stream situated. But until we do, there is obviously a UFC Fight Night card going on right now. Saldana versus Griffin, currently in the third round, 2.5 left. Kane, I've got it up on my computer here. I haven't really paid too much attention to it, but this card so far has been solid, right? Impa Kasang and I with the bounce back against, I can't remember how to pronounce his name, but that interesting rear naked choke. No hooks in, but still got the tap. Walk us through how that could potentially happen.
It was fighting Sasha Palenikov. He follows me on Twitter, or he did follow me on Twitter, that Sasha. He's actually a really sound guy.
This card, to be quite honest, is quite a low-key banger, just like ours. Because if for the featherweight coming, you've got Arnold Allen, who's undefeated in the UFC, and Sadiq Youssef, who's also undefeated in the UFC. So both of those fights, I think this is my most this is the fight I'm most looking forward to, Arnold Allen and Sadiq Youssef, because like I said, both of them are undefeated in the UFC. Both boast really good performances inside the UFC octagon. It's a good test for both fighters, and it could lead to great things for Arnold Allen. I want him to win. Obviously, he's a homegrown British fighter, so my allegiances do lie with him. But if Sadiq wins, I also wouldn't be upset because Sadiq is a fucking machine. Also,
Absolutely.
Sam Alvey's going to get knocked out by Julian Marquez. He's probably going to call out Miley Cyrus again.
Going to run through a couple other notable fighters that appearing on tonight's card. We've got Jack Shore, the undefeated prospect against Hunter Azure. Right after that, we got Yorgan De Castro, who, of course, was beaten by decision, I think, by Greg Hardy. Knocked out Justin Taffa. Before that, John Stetson. You've got Jim Miller. Sure, yeah, catch him as he was rushing in. The blitzes sometimes don't work.
Nope.
Mackenzie Dern, Mike Perry, fan favorite. As you mentioned, Julian Marquez and Sam Alvey. And then again, the main and co-main truly are something to watch. You don't want to miss those. Arnold Allen, Sadiq Youssef. I think that this is an interesting fight, right? Because when you're building prospects and you have these really great young guys that are coming up in these divisions, you typically don't want to put them against each other, right? You don't want either guy to suffer a loss. So I have so much respect for the UFC and both of these fighters for accepting such a dangerous fight for each. Both guys only have one defeat on their records. It's going to be interesting to see who gets their second.
Yeah. And like I said, I personally rooting for Allen, obviously, because he's British. But again, Sadiq has proved numerous times that he's a killer at 145, and he's got a lot of power, which is hard to have at 145. A lot of explosive one-shot power. And
Fuck you!
For a British fighter, Arnold mixes it up really well with the wrestling, the grappling, and the striking. He's not a one-dimensional. You see a lot of European fighters tend to just be a sort of striking. Not a lot of them. You get a few that do mix up the wrestling. Mike Grundy and obviously Arnold Allen. Jack Shaw's another good one. Does mix up the wrestling as well. I think Nathaniel would, but not a lot of fighters will mix up the wrestling like the British fighters. It is normally striker, but Arnold puts it all together, and he is a great fighter. But Sadiq is just so scary. Terrifies the shit out of me.
And turn the lights out with just one punch. Now, the main event, of course, Marvin Vettori versus Kevin Trailblazer Holland. Holland recently getting kind of grinded out by Derek Brunson. That was a frustrating performance, both to watch and I imagine for him to be in. The takedown defense was just non-existent, and it seemed that he was content to talk instead of getting back to his feet. If I'm Marvin Vettori, I watch that performance and say, okay, the easiest way, right, the best path to victory is simply shooting for a double leg, pressing this guy against the fence, and taking him down. Now, I think that Vettori isn't going to do that. I don't believe that, he doesn't strike me as he's fight IQ, right? He does seem like he's there, but the guy's a fucking meathead, I don't.
That's literally what I was going to say. He's that much of a meathead. He's like, they'll be like, right, you need to wrestle. He's like, nah, bro, I'm about to pound some ass.
Straight up.
He's not gonna grapple, I don't think. I think we will get a stand-up war, but I don't know.
It's hard because the reason why Vettori didn't grapple against Hermansson, of course, is because Jack Hermansson is one of the most dangerous grapplers in that middleweight kind of top 15. So maybe that's potentially why we haven't seen that recently with Marvin Vettori. But again, Holland has heavy hands. I think that Kevin Holland's hands are very underrated, right? You have to look back at his Buckley performance. He knocked Buckley down several times with punches that didn't really look like they landed too flush, right? They were just like barely on the end of them, but it floored Buckley on a couple occasions. So I think that if Vettori does choose to stand and bang with Holland, the Trailblazer might come out on top.
And another thing, to Marvin Vettori's point, is he was the first fighter in the UFC to somewhat successfully pin down Israel Adesanya, albeit not long, but he's still got a good 30 seconds to a minute ground control on Adesanya, which is something at the time not a lot of people had done. So he's got the chops to wrestle, but does he have the
fight IQ to implement it? It is one of the greatest questions, I think, that hopefully will be answered later tonight. Turning to the Twitch chat, Dova Blazin, good to see you there. Falcon, what's this kid's PSN? Probably shoot him a DM. Robbie Poirier, hello, good to see you.
I think Holland snipes him, by the way.
Think Holland starches him?
No, I don't think he destroys him, but I think he snipes him as he's coming in.
Easy said than done. I mean, look at.
I think the cocaine gets to Vittori's head. He gets KO'd.
Cocaine.
Was an
I don't know
interesting
what those,
weigh-in.
yeah, those weigh-ins were so.
He needs to work on his game face. I've got a
He's
better game
looking
face than that.
No shit. I just smile. If you're gonna pull that, just smile and just
Yeah.
act nice, bro.
Let's stretch your
Dropping
head
viewers,
to
come on.
unnatural
Like
lengths.
he was squeezing out something that he'd been holding in for a good couple of years.
We'll say we are again still waiting for Falcon and Hi, but if you guys are not ready within the next 2 minutes, we are going to move on to the next fight. I believe Bernie versus Carl is the next one that's on the list. You guys have to be ready. You know, you understand that you are fighting, and this is a broadcast, and we are forced to keep the broadcast moving.
Absolutely.
It's Kai.
Tough look
bit.
for KIAW. Would be a shame to have probably the one of the more hyped prospects that we've got not show up. It would be a very unfortunate.
Fucking bum.
Hmm.
Right, we'll just move
Falcon.
on to Bernie.
Ooh, interesting.
We'll move on to Bernie. And
Give
Kai.
them another minute.
Fuck 'em.
Falcon seemed like he was going to invite KIAW,
Yeah, I told
which
it-
is an interesting choice.
I told him his gamer tag because I'll say I fought KIW like 6 times on rank. So these two are ready.
Right,
These
let's
two are
move on
going.
to when you guys,
Let's-
Falcon, if you're listening, once. Sorry, what?
No, go on, Ben.
Falcon, if you're listening, you square away KIAW, and when you guys get situated in a lobby, please drop in the chat, and we will return to your fight. Moving forward, we've got iHeart and Frank and Bernie. So
Read that out.
interesting names on one side.
Sound
Now
clip
both
that.
of these guys, right? Let's see, where are these guys at in the rankings? So Carl is 1-11,
Didn't need to say
which is tough. He does have one win. Honestly, don't know who it's against. Bernie 1-0, number 6 at PlayStation 145. Carl down at number 10. Still top 10, Carl. There's only 11 fighters in the division, but hey, it's something. So let's see if Carl can successfully get his second W in the AGRO Octagon, stopping the undefeated number 6 prospect, or will the Bernie train run through Carl's station? Let's see.
My coach, Carl.
Odds.
Go on.
Odds on this one have Bernie as a minus 780 favorite, Carl plus 850 dog. So you'd think that is the widest line on the card. No. Young Cardi Global minus 1175, LRB plus 1500.
Razor from Carl. Maybe he's gonna go for the clinch.
Perfect. To those that are in the AGRO group chat on Twitter, if someone could DM Kai and just try to see where he's at, that would be much
Someone
appreciated.
DM Kai
All
on the
right.
bum.
Carl versus Bernie. You can see that the difference in levels is sizable, but who knows? Maybe Carl's been putting in the work.
He hasn't. Fun fact, last time Carl played this game was the last time he fought an aggro. He had to do the update today.
Of course, the new update. One interesting thing, I woke up, had a coffee, and just my morning read of the patch notes. What was occurring to me was an interesting addition to the slip hook kind of thing, right? The developers understand that it's very OP, and so what they did was if you block the slip hook, you can throw that check left, right, that lead hook, and it's always going to land, right? So if you throw that slip hook, you don't have time to block it. So interesting thing that they added to kind of neutralize the overpoweredness of that slip hook. Just interesting
Carl!
thing to note.
Carl's got nice calf kicks. Oh, shit.
Oh. Carl eating one there, big whiff.
As soon as he starts getting caught, Carl will just panic.
Ooh, nice legs.
But so far, he's not doing that
Good.
bad. Oh!
Ooh.
Oh!
1-2 from Carl.
Good stick by Carl.
be
Carl displaying
straight.
some decent
Oh!
fight IQ, mixing it up, going to the body. Great hooks there up top.
Carl's just winging hooks. Don't care. Oh, nice spin.
Oh,
Mm,
Carl eats
that's
the spinning
pretty
back
well
fist.
Oh.
Bernie really commanding the center of the octagon here, not giving Carl an inch. Carl pushing forward. There's the takedown attempt.
Oh, it's over.
Nice double leg.
Let's see what Carl can do on his back. I believe he did choose that kickboxing sniper class.
There's Razor.
Oh, kickboxing razor?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because last time Carl played the game, that Razor class was good.
Bernie postures up and gets some ground pound.
Nice.
Carl, look at
Great
that!
from Carl.
Carl back to his feet.
Jesus Christ.
Half kick blocked
Yeah,
there by
yeah.
Bernie.
Oh. That lead head kick from Carl's there.
Look at him
Oh!
switching it up like a proper fight.
Oh! Good hooks there from
Woo!
Carl. Carl might need to set these head kicks up a little bit more. They are really exposing him. Front kick blocked.
Fucking Carl's clinching.
Needs to
Clinch
be
attempt
careful,
from Carl.
patient. But let's not push. He needs to definitely watch his stamina for one, and don't do those big blind bull rushes with the hooks because they're the ones
Oh.
that tend to get you fucked up.
Bernie with a great combo there, really pouring it on to Carl. 90 seconds
Carl
left in the
going
opening round.
orthodox.
Good knee from Carl.
Ooh, nice, cut there from Bernie.
Nice clinch right
Clinch
from
attempt.
Carl.
Oh! Carl opening up with the
Woo,
hooks.
leg
Catches the
kick.
kick there. Great return.
Both fighters' stamina looking good as well.
Bernie's left leg isn't looking the best.
1 minute left in the
Oh,
opening
nice.
round. Got to give a huge shout out to our guy, AK Sandman, for the subscription.
Oh,
Yeah, nice. Cheers for the sub, Sam. Why didn't that come up on my screen? Ooh,
big
Carl,
one.
Carl needs to back out.
Nice.
Carl needs to get out
Carl,
there.
oh, Carl, worse for wear.
Bernie
What I
shot.
like
Carl
about Bernie is he mixing it up to the body really effectively. He's not just headhunting like.
Look!
Oh! Why didn't you throw anything? Oh my god!
That could have been
Big
it.
opportunity missed from Carl there. But again, showing some real improvement, at least in my opinion. Gets taken down, 10 seconds left. Will likely just ride this round out on the ground.
Stop pressing it. Just leave it.
The striker and he screamed when he didn't throw anything.
Should I FaceTime Carl and coach him live on the stream?
Right.
Those that are curious how the UFC Fight Night is going, Hunter Azure and Jack Shore are currently clinching it out. Looks like Shore reversed the position, really just pinning Azure against the fence. Back to aggro. I think that Carl had a really decent round, but he needs to be more patient, and he needs to not get backed up against the fence, right? Whenever that distance is closed from Bernie, Carl starts to eat shots.
Where's the Carl
Yeah.
crane kick?
Don't throw that. Don't throw those 3-4 hooks in a row.
Oh.
If you've just seen there, all Bernie has to do is just pull back slightly, and then he can hit you with a
Yeah,
huge
but-
counter that could possibly finish.
Bernie's
So those
gonna read them hooks.
those
I think
push hooks need to be well implemented.
But then Bernie's moving his head, so it's not a bad move from Carl.
Bernie really displaying a lot of aggression in this opening minute of the second round.
This might be the first round 2 for Carl in about fucking a year. Woo!
Good 1-2 from Carl.
Carl just throwing through with a guard.
Oh. No, again, the common consensus would be that Carl doesn't really possess the most tools in the tool belt, but really working effectively with simple. Oh! Leg kick knocked down for Carl.
Goes to the body again.
Carl by leg kick taker. Imagine.
Carl mixing up effectively, eats the front kick there. Bernie puts Carl gets the
Is this a
rock.
resurgence?
Carl pouring it on. Bernie's in trouble.
Who's on this guy's account? Oh, I just broke my knee.
Oh!
Carl!
Nice look kick again.
Carl having so much success here. That head health for Bernie is not where he wants it. He needs to back up and just stop exchanging.
No, Carl.
Oh!
Big knockdown for
That
Carl.
Straight.
For Bernie.
Oh, he's not going to get off this fence. Carl, block your head, bro.
This is it.
Oh.
Oh!
Carl eating
please,
shots
please,
here.
Carl.
Oh,
Oh, this is it. I think Carl's just laid out his own blueprint how to defeat himself.
oh.
Oh, but he's still firing back.
Oh, my God.
Carl not going away without a fight
This
today.
fight is crazy. Oh,
Front kick!
that was nice.
Oh! Carl needs to learn how to throw an uppercut. That would have been a perfect time to launch one up the middle. Bernie returns.
Oh, he drops in.
Oh!
Tried to get him that lead hook.
This could
I'd
be
say the
it.
lead hook is the best way to counter that
Head
spinning
movement.
elbow.
Guillotine
lead
from
hook.
Carl. It's coming. Oh.
Oh, that's a bad idea.
Half guard for
Carl.
Bernie.
If I'm Bernie, I'm keeping it here.
It's the denial. Carl needs to be patient.
Yeah.
Flipping Carl.
That's just what I was about to say.
Good
Block your
movement.
head. Block your fucking head.
Oh my lords above, this is crazy.
Carl really just displaying too much urgency to get back to the feet, and it's being very obvious. Bernie is reading him like a book right now, and that's allowing for all of these denials. And Bernie lets him up. Interesting.
Oh!
Oh! Oh!
Oh, please throw. Carl! Oh, good. I'm just happy that he threw.
With the trip. Good movement.
Nice
Oh!
And a hook. Carl's looking on fire.
30 seconds left in this second round. Oh,
Oh,
big
let's
leg
try
kick
it
stun.
again.
Oh!
And a knockdown.
Carl just gets up.
10 seconds left. Who wants it more? Second round coming to a close.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
Interesting fight so far through 10 minutes. It seems that these guys are potentially evenly matched. I think that when Carl is patient and picks his shots, he's doing well. When Bernie is pushing the pace, right, putting the aggression on Carl, he's overwhelming him. And of course, the grappling seems to be well in Bernie's favor. Unsure why he's choosing to just stand. Oh, that's why. Big spinning elbow.
Starting off round 3.
I'm not
Very
Oh!
early. Oh! He's caught with that hook bull rush again. Please throw an uppercut, for God's sake.
Oh, big stun straight up the middle.
That front. Oh!
Bernie knocks him down with the uppercut.
Oh!
Oh, the hook. This
into the
could be it.
hook. This could be it.
No.
Oh.
I want to see it end.
Pours him down to the ground.
Oh!
Head movement.
Oh, this is crazy.
Wow, Bernie
kick.
letting Carl up a second
kick.
time. Will he regret that decision? Potentially big head kick.
Oh.
Oh, no! Bernie floors
no.
Carl. Third round KO for the now 2-0 prospect in PlayStation 145. Probably a more highly contested fight than he was anticipating. But the 780 favorite cashes in, gets the stoppage. Kane, your thoughts?
Is it safe to say that Carl lost no stock in that fight? If anything, improved his stock? Because he looked fucking great.
I know my next title defense.
I mean, Carl did look good compared to what we've seen in the past.
Absolutely agree with you. I think Carl, again, it has to be frustrating to really be on a skid and face guys that just have more experience, more tools, more knowledge, play the game more. But Carl, if you are listening, I want you to know that was an incredible performance from you and truly displayed your veteran experience in the Agro Octagon, and we truly appreciate it. And I know, for one, I'm looking forward to seeing your next fight.
That was a banger.
I can't believe it.
Wow.
That was a banger.
We love the... What's up, Tran? Happy birthday, Tran. Hope you're having a good one. 0-5 champ. Probably going to be 0-6 next week. The people's champ. All right, up next, I believe there were some alterations to the card. Several fights did fall through, unfortunately, before we began today's broadcast. So my knowledge of what's up next is a bit out of date. Agro, Jamie, if you want to step in and help me out.
On the card.
Asking
Yeah,
for bets. Can we get the bets going, Jamie?
Yeah.
So it looks like we've got Mitchell versus Frankie Mitchell versus. Taking a look at it.
Highlight.
Yeah, cool.
Those that are curious about the UFC Fight Night, what's occurring, it looks like Hunter Azure's locked in a guillotine attempt on Jack Shore. This could be bad. The 13-0 undefeated prospect pops out of it there, flattened out on his back. 3 minutes left in the second round, I believe, rather.
He jumped the gilly.
The body work, one to the body, one to the head for Azure, dominating this half-guard position. Jack Shore needs to really swim through with his legs and kind of get some hooks in, right? Get both underhooks and then make a frame and get himself back to the feet.
Prediction for the next one is up, boys. Highlight versus Frankie Mitchell. Get your channel points in.
This could be a great
Now,
fight.
Kai Wooden.
absolutely.
Kai.
Highlight. High's back.
What is going on?
Last week's broadcast was plagued with people not responding and ghosting us, so my patience for it is at a all-time low. So if you don't respond and you're not ready, I've got no issue just moving onwards and upwards. Now, discussing Frankie Mitchell versus the Highlight. Highlight, of course, one of our admin guys, helped out so much recently in the staff realm, and I feel he's improved, right? He's shown so many different looks recently, and you can see here, Highlight 6 wins against Frankie Mitchell's 2. So there's an existing rivalry here with Highlight seeming to be the more competent fighter. However, in recent events, Highlight kind of has been melted. Kane, what are your thoughts on Highlight's career, and what do you think that the 2-7 PlayStation 170er needs to do?
Listen, there's always time for a late career resurgence. especially in AGRO. Look at Jiri.
Ben.
He went from 2-4, quite. I think even more losses, but worked his way up slowly but surely, and that's what Highlight needs to do. His only issue is it just he seems to be wildly inconsistent. If we look at the Sandman fight, looked absolutely fantastic there, and then his next couple of fights, he just didn't look as good. He just sort of like he lets himself get pressure back up to the fence. And that's it. He doesn't really do anything to make these big moments, and that's what we need to do. And that's what we've worked on, and we've talked about quite a lot during his camp. Is don't let yourself get pushed back to the fence, and just keep moving forward. It's what you need. That's what you need to do, especially against Frankie, who's a very, very good striker. We also talked about takedowns and wrestling as well. We've seen Frankie struggle a little bit with wrestling in the past, but we'll see what Highlight shows up tonight.
See if Highlight throws 16 spinning head kicks in round one.
Let's see whose fight IQ will prevail. One thing to note, interesting in terms of the archetypes that were selected. Highlight choosing to go with the balance virtuoso class. Mitchell going for that kickboxer sniper, I believe. And the sniper does have incredibly quick kicks. And again, that lead roundhouse is, or I think it's the rear roundhouse, potentially. It's one of the top moves, right? And the thing about balance virtuoso, as we all know, is the steel checks. So if Frankie Mitchell chooses to go down to those legs, man, he's going to have another thing coming. Highlight with a good knee in the elbow there.
We've seen when Highlight takes his time and has confidence, he can beat anybody. So knocking Chad out.
Just
in a
about to touch up on that, Jamie. Is the
spinning back fist!
What I worked on with Highlight is keeping it nice and simple. He needs to. He likes to throw flashy strikes when he thinks he's got people hurt. You just need to keep your 1-2s, your kicks, and you need to keep everything down to a fundamental basis. Because if you want to start throwing massive kicks, jumping knees, spinning roundhouses, quite easy for someone to just slip out the way and you're going to get knocked out. So what we see it is just a product of Highlight being patient and sticking to what he's learned and what he's practiced in his camp.
Kane, while you're here, I need to ask you a question. That body kick and that head kick where you flicks it out, how do you do that?
Again,
I think I know what you mean. I'll teach you.
As said, good dig to the leg down there from Frankie Mitchell. Highlight if you check one or two of those.
I would like to see a takedown from Highlight.
Oh, big whiff there.
None of that.
Oh, crane kick from Mitchell Lance going to the body.
Highlight needs to get off the fence. He's just getting, ever since he's got there, he's been pieced up. And he's just walking straight back. That time on Woodley. Forward!
This is an issue that he seems to sort of happen quite a lot. He does like to.
It happened against
I wouldn't
Chad,
even say like to, but he does.
Quite
a bit.
Spinning back kick to the head. Highlight pushing forward. Frankie Mitchell on the back foot, surviving. 90 seconds left in the opening round.
Nice check. Good work. Spinning body kick whiffs. Nice Highlight. Slip was beautiful. That one, Kane.
Oh yeah. What do you mean? How'd you do that? It's easy. Just straight into a body kick. Come on now.
Nah, mine don't work like that. Mine does it slow.
Yeah, it's because you'll have to have the particular what do you mean you get on?
Oh, nice.
Leg kick again right there. Highlight needs to check some of those.
That's a nice knee. Switch.
Knee.
Go southpaw.
Takedown.
And that one. Is that a straight head kick?
Highlight. Similarly, just kind of walking right back to the fence. Needs to move a bit more laterally and circle to evade these big straights. Oh, another leg kick lands. Highlight, you have this steel checks perk, my guy.
Yeah, he's just letting them leg kicks chew away at his thigh.
It's just Highlight's coach needs to tell him, don't forget about your leg when you go into the second round.
Highlight really having a lot of success there with big moments, but it seems that Mitchell's the one who can put it together more consistently, and whenever he pressures, he lands so effectively. Kane, your thoughts so far on that opening round?
Good moments from both fighters. I think the more sort of success, the more damage was done by Highlight. Those legs are looking worse for wear. What I'd like to see, for what I think might be a little bit more effective from Highlight when it comes to being pushed to the cage, is initiate the clinch. As soon as he's got you to the cage and he's in close, get the clinch, spin the position and try the takedown. Just do anything you can to get away from that cage, because he's got such a habit of just letting himself fall back and then trying to rush forward. He needs to just take a look.
Big whiff there from Highlight. And absolutely agree with you, right? Level changing is such an effective way of deterring the forward pressure of an opponent. It just gives them something to think about. However, it can be predictable. Gets caught there. Crane kick lands.
That's what I mean. Now would be a perfect time to clinch and spin around the position and try for a takedown. Just push him up against the fence. Even if you don't do a lot with it, just give him that you're there. Nice to nail the takedown. Now do something of your own with that. Go off with the takedown yourself, because he's got the stamina advantage and his legs are worse for.
Ooh.
So you need to do something that's going to deteriorate.
He's getting Drew into the
Frankie
throw, not
from
spinning
prone,
leg
big leg
kick.
kick.
Nice check.
Good check
nice
there.
check.
He's doing much better at blocking
Highlight.
the leg kicks this round.
Pushing Mitchell back. And again, as Kane mentioned, the stamina advantage does appear to be on the highlight side in this second round.
Highlight can finish this fight if he reads that 1-2 head kick. Definitely. Good luck.
That knee seems to have been caught by Mitchell on several occasions. Highlight needs to make the adjustment and set it up a bit differently. Great head kick there in the pocket.
I don't think Highlight has flying knee, so he can't switch the knee up too much.
He does.
Does he? What, I'm going to
Yeah.
Nice 1-2 head kick. Block though.
Only one though.
That oblique kick missed.
It's got the one that fakes the body knee, then jumps into the flying knee.
Oh, the
Nice
running one.
check.
That'd be perfect for him to throw. If he throws it, we know he's listening to us. Nice blocking.
Oh,
Highlight's defence has been good this game, apart from a couple of crane kicks, which all knows how to read.
And the leg kicks.
I'd like to see more lead hooks from Highlight, right? He seems to be setting a lot of his combinations up with a
he got
jab
checked.
or a 1-2. Big check there from Highlight. That's going to hurt Highlight. Minute 14 left in the second round.
Nice run.
Mitchell wants to put it on. Big run kick up the middle.
Highlight needs to win this round back. Stop throwing leg kicks with his back leg.
And you have to think from a judge's perspective, right? Mitchell's been the aggressor this entire round so far, pushing Highlight back against the cage, only releasing the pressure momentarily. Just does not look good optics-wise for Highlight. However, again, that stamina is very low for Mitchell.
Overhand. And a straight as well down the pipe. Oh.
Mitchell.
It's weird to me that we've not seen any clinch or any takedowns.
front kick.
Oh.
Especially when you're going good front kick, especially when you're going a virtuoso.
Gotta duck that head kick,
One of their things is the fact that you can fall back on that wrestling if you need to. You've got that option. So
That's right.
interesting that he's not falling.
I think in this third round, you can see the striking advantage really heavily on Mitchell's favor. Highlight does appear to need a finish, at least in my professional opinion. Might be time to shoot for the takedowns and search for a submission. I don't know if Highlight has the ability to knock Mitchell out at this level.
Oh, he's there!
Oh! Consider me stupid! Big flying knee up the middle!
I think this is a one more piece. Highlight got knocked down round one.
Oh, fair. Forgot about that.
But I'm
knees.
not letting it go to judges. He's going to just keep throwing that flying knee, which I think is a good idea. He's got the stamina to do it. Swing it.
Absolutely. I
Oh,
think he's done a lot of
Jesus
good.
Christ. Kane, you just nearly got caught going for the takedown. Jeez. That was so...
Highlight has done a lot of great work utilizing that body knee to give that look. I think the flying knee, I agree with you, Jamie, it's time to use it now because Mitchell's accustomed to blocking the midsection for that knee, right? So going up top with it could be the answer.
I think if he doubles up these elbows as well, he's throwing that body knee, double the elbow.
Clinch as well. I mean, like, clinch is a fantastic way to
Frankie's
See,
block
now-
is dropping a
now
lot
we-
when he throws the first knee and it's getting blocked. So nice takedown.
Great take.
Yes,
there
there
from
we go.
Highlight. 3 minutes to work to
Finally.
see what Highlight can do.
Left it fucking late.
straight into top mount.
Not getting that.
Oh,
he got it!
But I think Frankie's just got. Oh, nice denial there.
Time
Highlight's
to
got a lot
work.
of time to work.
Number 7 PlayStation welterweight looking to do some damage from top mount. Mitchell regains the half guard.
I feel bad if Highlight sits on decision again.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh,
Oh.
great get up there from
Flying
Mitchell.
knee. Oh, I want to see a flying knee.
Shoot another takedown.
Now Highlight again,
Nice.
right there. Interesting that you see.
Oh my
Oh! Frankie Mitchell floors Highlight with a big Highlight reel KO.
Oh my god!
Wow. Unprecedented from Frankie Mitchell. Moves to 4-3, back-to-back wins in a very back-and-forth fight. What an incredible finish from him. You saw that came off of the knee attempt from Highlight, something that Mitchell had read the entire fight and made the correct counter to it. Spinning head kick up top seems to be one of Highlight's go-tos in the past. This is kind of poetry in motion, potentially.
Sweet.
Kane, your thoughts on that back and forth?
Fuck.
the setup for it is beautiful because what I don't think a lot of people would have saw at the start is he went for the lead leg oblique kick, that sort of stomps the leg, missed it, and then as highlight read the miss and then went in for the front kick, executed the spinning heel kick perfectly. I mean, fantastic. There's nothing much more to say. It's a picture perfect KO, and it's just what Frankie needs after a beautiful performance over Ned. He fell on tough times, came back, beat Ned in the last couple of minutes of their fight. And then in the last round of this fight, I'd love to see the stats. Pulls it off with again a beautiful knockout. So
And again,
all play to him. What a fight.
Frankie Mitchell, of course, recently snapping a 2-fight losing streak. Now back-to-back wins, the number 3 contender at PlayStation 170, really looking to the few people left in front of him to conquer. Interesting to see Frankie Mitchell's next move at 170 to highlight 2-8 now on a 4-fight skid. One of the guys in AGRO, though, that really the record does not indicate the skill level. Highlight did catch Mitchell on several occasions. There just made a couple critical errors, which led to that eventual KO finish. To him, of course, maybe working on that pressure and reversing it, effectively laterally circling out instead of just backing straight up. That was a big missed moment from him when Frankie Mitchell reversed, right, got up from that takedown. Highlight backed all the way up against the cage to the opposite black line. You should stay right in front of him, trade in the pocket. You've got him against the fence. You're in a position at that moment where you haven't been in the entire fight. Mitchell was really not pushed against the cage in any of that 10, 12-minute, back and forth. So I think that was an opportunity that Highlight missed, and so the fight IQ could use a little improvement going into his next fight. Moving forward.
Crazy.
Jack Shaw wins by
Absolutely
split decision, 30-27, 30-27, and 29-28 to the other guy. What the fuck?
Hey! Oh my god, these judges are on some serious hashish.
Jack Shore, wow, continuing 14-0. Gotta feel good for Kane there. Prospect gets it done. I believe we have young Party Global, our guy Ned, versus someone?
LRB.
LRB.
Young Cat is
Right, so again, as
55.
mentioned, Young Cardi Global, the former champ at 170, Ned, closing as the largest favorite on the card, minus 1,175. LRB, I believe this is his debut, closes at a plus 1,500 underdog. Now, this is a tough fight to have for your debut against a former champion, against a guy who's been in there with the best at PlayStation on that console. However, of recently, Ned's kind of gone on a skid, right? 3-fight losing streak. He was 6-6 at one point when he became the champ, lost the belt, and is now 6-9, which is a funny record. But tough to see a former champ like himself really be in a rut in his career. Kane, as a champion who has lost the title, fought your way back to it, and again lost it. What can you extend to Ned on his journey back to the top?
Just don't stop. Don't be deteriorated, because at the end of the day, you can always bounce back. It's not like we're going to say you're never getting a title shot again. All you're going to do is fight, the new guys. But prove your worth, and you're going to get to where you need to be. So it's the only reason why I kept getting title shots is because I'm so fucking inconsistent. But all Ned needs to do is he's a fantastic fighter. On insanely his survivability is insane. It's one of the main reasons why I picked pressure against him last minute in the kickboxing tournament, just because I just know motherfucker likes to wiggle his head and get out of big damage when he's rocked. So for Ned, non-stop pressure is the key to beating him, but it's hard to get that pressure because he's so good at working legs and body and working your head. So he's a good fighter, but he's just fought a lot of other good fighters, and his record shows that.
What are them pants?
Absolutely.
They're beautiful. I love them.
It's like a thermal imaging, on the lower half of Ned there. Switching it up, maybe, right? Maybe adopting a new outfit could help with the career. Let's see if the former champ can bounce back, or can LRB, who I apologize, not his debut. He's currently 1-1 at that PlayStation 155 division, the number 8 contender. Let's see if the number 8 contender can turn back the former champ at 170.
Quick fact: Carty can read a 1-2 head kick brilliantly, and LRB loves a 1-2 head kick. So my prediction is going to go anyway. It's by Carty by countering 1-2 head kick.
Interesting.
Good stick there by LRB. Great movement so far.
This one's going to be a firefight.
Oh. Ned's put on the dominant cruise calf.
Will Ned have the same chin at 55 though? Woo!
Oh!
A bleak kick to spinning
Back kick up top.
Nice. LRB could
Shades
put
of
his name on
Frankie
the map.
Mitchell.
Great duck there from Ned to avoid that back spinning elbow.
Woo!
Good work from LRB.
LRB could put his name on the map with a win here.
Absolutely. Slip hook to a little ducking roundhouse up top. Interesting. LRB being creative with his combinations, something that I don't know if Ned has seen recently.
It's nice to see from Ned, because if you've seen in all of his previous fights, barring the kickboxing fight, he's not really engaged in the wrestling quite a lot. He's been primarily a striker, and his wrestling is really, really good. So it's nice to see him finally using it again, using it all together in conjunction, as opposed to just being a wrestler or being a striker.
Absolutely, and something that we discussed earlier in the broadcast, his mixed martial arts, and so to the fighters who have fallen in love with the hands, utilize the full extent of tools that you have in this game. LRB really getting that full guard reversal, not something that you see too much against high-level players. Interesting that Ned allowed that to happen.
Ben's been training with Chad, of course. Not Ben. Ned's been training with Chad, so you expect his wrestling to be a bit better than that. Ned's got
Good work there from LRB.
Just realised Ned's using the Dominic Cruz stance. Everyone seems to be using it nowadays. Oh, whiff.
Yeah. They all copied me.
Ned has a couple opportunities here where he has dodged an attack and hasn't offered a counter quick enough, right? Dodging that spinning elbow earlier, that whiffed body kick, I believe. Ned needs to capitalize on some of these missed opportunities. Oh, that could have taken. Good slam by Ned there. Great opportunity for him. Just as I said, capitalize he does. LRB with a big miss.
LRB watching Frankie and going for the same KO. Like I said, though, Ned,
that both of...
it is a nightmare to catch Ned with a head kick.
Oh, Ned,
Just
really great combination there.
Fuck off.
Ned, of course, displaying that he's got KO power late in the game. Of course, taking out commentator Kane with... Oh! That one lands.
Told you! Told you! I told you! I told you!
This could be it.
This could be it.
What did I say? What did I say?
Wow! Former champ Ned makes a statement in his debut at 155, dispatching LRB in spectacular fashion. And that was a much closer fight than I think a lot of people were anticipating. Of course, closing as the largest favorite on the card, did get stunned, had a couple moments of resistance, but boy, did he plow through those and come out victorious.
Call me Mystic Mac, because I can predict these things. 1-2 head kick whiffs from LRB and Ned gets the KO, just like I said. I know my fighters too well. What KO? Next up, Myron MMA versus Real Joker MMA. Top, probably for the next #1 contender at 70, really, isn't it? What are you whining for? Stupid dog.
Jamie, of course, abusing his animals on screen. Really unfortunate to see. Praying for his dog's safety. Either way, again, that was really impressive from Ned. I'm very happy that he was able to get this bounce back win. He's truly a good guy. I've spoken with him many times on many occasions in the group chats that we have. And good to see that he snaps the 3-fight losing streak back in the W column. Let's see if his run at 155 is as good as his one at 170.
Right. Now we're moving on to Xbox for the first time this evening. Myron versus Joker.
These Xbox divisions are truly... Xbox? What the fuck am I saying? Xbox divisions are truly... It went back to puberty there for a moment. Really coming together. I think that we're filling it out with a ton of great competitors, and everybody is coming to play week in and week out. At 145 division, of course, NMC, one of the more notable teams that are on Xbox. Great to be part of it myself. And we do have a champ, NMC Fro, getting that 145-pound title recently. Having a lot of success outside aggro as well. The guy's undefeated currently, winning in Cage Rage twice, Battlegrounds MMA, Primetime MMA. The dude puts together victories and hoping to see him continue that trend in the UFC 4 landscape. Now, getting back to the UFC Fight Night, Yorgan De Castro versus, I missed the dude's first name, Dano. Yorgan De Castro's disappointed me recently. We did touch on the Greg Hardy fight, of course. Whoa! Hold up.
Sorry about that.
AK Sandman with the 5 gifted subs. Wow. AK Sandman, one of our guys, truly dropping the dough today. And I got a sub. Look at that.
Kane got a sub.
Champion, but a champion. Hey, thank you, Sandman.
Kane got it, Ben got it, Trevor got it, Wavy got it in.
Oh, Yorgan De Castro out cold.
What?
Wow.
Oh, my
Yorgan
Lord.
De Castro just
called
got
it.
flatlined
I called
on
it.
live TV. That was
For our
a
pleasure.
murder, ladies and gentlemen.
I called it.
Thanks, Sandman.
I didn't even see it. I looked down at the phone. Let's see what this replay is. Looks like Yorgan wanted to throw a jab, gets caught with a right over the top, and that just put the Mad Titan to sleep. Wow. Follow-up strike.
When you fight in the big boy classes,
Wow.
you go to sleep. Or you get
Yorgan De Castro might be on his way to Bellator with that one. DJ Ocean is Bane British, doing an American accent is so incredible. I am American from Phoenix, Arizona.
No, he's British. He's from Liverpool. You just don't know.
Oh yeah, I'm from Manchester.
Yeah.
Why?
He's from Ireland. No, please
Anytime I do my
Right, you know Ben's
Yorgan
not.
is still out cold, man.
You know
That's
Ben's
tough.
lying about being from England when he says he's from Manchester. Oh,
I
by
when I was
choice.
at the kickboxing tournament, I was watching it back, and I must have clicked onto it a bit where every American in the chat was just trying to do a British accent, and I was like, oh my god.
We'll say once again, have to extend some big thank yous to AK Sandman. All of the subs, bits, cheers, anything that we receive monetarily goes towards creating the events bigger and better in the future and helping make these broadcasts run even smoother. All donations and financial support are greatly appreciated. Sandman, really gonna have to suck your dick later.
Yeah, Sandman, thanks for
yeah,
gifting
AZ.
sub. I'd prefer the donation to my PayPal, but beggars can't be choosers there. Why is no one turning up tonight? No, nothing from Joker, Myron, Slayer, or Super McNasty. Ozzy's up next.
Disappointing. Again, would like to extend to you guys that if you are fighting on a card, we do hope that you prioritize this. Again, this is one of the more infrequent times where UFC is going at the same time as aggro, which, that is obviously a conflict. But again, when you make a commitment, we hope that you can take 10, 15 minutes out of your day to hop on and have some fun with the aggro boys.
Don't say yes if you're not going to fight. That's my 2 cents on it. Don't say yes if you're not going to fight on the day. And then when we message you, don't put what. Like, you don't know what's going on.
I will say, in the event that I need to step in, I'm more than happy to.
PlayStation went bye-bye. Fuck knows what happened to it. I just turned it on and it went Ree! And then turned itself off, and I was like, oh, well, that's never getting played again.
Who's typing that hard? Kane has got the fucking loudest keyboard
sorry.
I've ever heard.
You don't even
It's
try.
not loud, it's just good. It's the way my setup is. My mic is literally right next to my keyboard, so anything that I do, you just say. You should hear when I'm angry.
Danyo, of course, round 1 knockout, 3 minutes and 2 seconds into that opening round. Floors Yorgan De Castro. Big win for him, got the name on the resume, but I don't believe that Yorgan De Castro carries the name value that he did, obviously now, when he beat Justin Tafa in the fashion that he did. I think that much larger win, much more impressive, but with kind of the skid that he's been on, I don't really think beating Yorgan does a ton for you, rankings-wise, but in terms of court of public opinion, interested to see what Georgian Danyo does next.
He's a 37-year-old on a 4-year layoff.
Dova Blazin, our guy. Dova is a great competitor. I've had the pleasure to share some rounds with him, and he's such a nice guy. Both him and Wavy spend a lot of time together, and we all know Wavy, one of the fierce his competitors at 145, the #1 contender. Let's see if Dova can right the wrongs and finally get the W.
No ads on my
Aggro.
stream. No. Unless they're paying me, they ain't getting an ad. Bastards.
Jamie, you are the true Vincent Manard.
Again, Dova is 1-2. Lost his debut, won his second fight, and then lost his last fight. I believe.
Hey, it looks like Naruto. If you're a weirdo, you know what that is.
Respect shown.
Weeaboo in the chat.
Well, no wonder the Casio lost. They came to the fight about fucking 55 stone. No fucking wonder.
He's a big boy.
Big miss there from Dova.
He's a big idiot.
Anyway,
Daddy Rick. Oh, gets the elbow.
He should probably fight a welterweight.
shut up. We've got a tiger versus like a fucking master swordsman here.
Rick really trying to make those elbows work in the pocket. Dova needs to be aware of those because those just burn through your block. Good inside leg kick there from Dova.
Head movement.
Oh, again.
Daniel Cormier has a fake tooth. Makes him an ounce better.
Switch kick to the body for Rick lands. Lead hook into the body for Dova lands. I like how both of these guys really aren't selling out early. They're really taking their time, being patient, trying to find opportunities and let them manifest themselves, not force them. I think that a lot of people in UFC 4 get kind of too invested in being aggressive early. They burn through the stamina. They open themselves up for counters. And so both these guys displaying a lot of calculated striking thus far. 3 minutes left in the opening round.
I'm to say that, but I'm a culprit for that. If I smell blood, I will go in and train my stamina. It's good to see fighters.
For that.
It's good
And
to see
Jamie's on his
fighters.
period. You got to watch out.
Yeah, exactly. What I like to see from these fighters is the fact that, like you said, that they're being calm and they're being patient. It's not a sprint, a fight's not a sprint. At the end of the day, you might not want to use the full 15, but you've got a full 15 to work with.
Ken, you should coach yourself.
Yeah, no, I'd be fucking great, but nobody wants
Imagine
to
if I was as good as fighting as I was at coaching. Be a champion.
I'll coach you, and we'll become. I'm trying to think of a thing to put a name together, but no matter what, it just ends in either Kane or Bane. So.
Bane and Kane.
Yeah.
Okay,
Bane and Kane connection.
Oh!
Nova Bane.
Dova's doing a lot of great work in the pocket here, but his stamina is kind of not on his side. I really enjoy how he's switching his stances, though. Dova's giving so many looks to Rick and fighting out of that orthodox and southpaw stance equally as effectively, which is so good to see. I think that a lot of people don't utilize that stance switch. Typically, the archetypes, there isn't really a good stance switch on it, but when you can take advantage of it, it just gives you double the looks that you can give to somebody.
Absolutely. I was just going to say, not a lot of people do fight in southpaw. Fantastic tool to utilize if you're comfortable in fighting. Just give one if your main stance leg gets compromised, you've got something to fall back on, and you don't feel too out of your depth. And two, like you said, it gives your opponents other looks. You've got kicks coming from different directions now. You've got combinations that open up that weren't available to you before because of the stance that you're in. So. Fighting in southpaw or orthodox, depending on obviously what your primary is a huge skill that every fighter should add to the game.
Big front kick to the chin to end that first round. I think that Dova did a lot more effective work, but Rick not out of it yet. Interesting to see how he adjusts to land those elbows. Seemed like he was dedicated to it, just couldn't land it, find the distance for it.
Oh, ducky round.
My only wish for UFC 4 is that you could properly switch stance strike. Like Dustin Poirier, you see when he comes in, he shifts into his strikes into a different stance. He starts in southpaw, ends in orthodox.
Yeah, a bit like the cruise lunges.
Yeah. I wish you could do that in UFC 4, where you could sort of you could duck into hard to explain, but people know what I mean. Fuck you guys.
Right, it's more fluid stance switching mid combinations. Absolutely agree with you. I think that it's more realistic.
Just to have that option is because there's a few times where you can see an opportunity arise, but when you're switching stance, you are locked for those couple of frames while you're switching. if you could switch and throw the hook as you're switching, that'd be great. A little bit of looseness around the switch, the stance switch.
Oh, they did it with the clinch, didn't they? The clinch used to be robotic, and now you can move while you're in it. So I don't see why I couldn't do it with a stance switch.
Big 1-2 there gets Rick's attention. Spinning back kick there. Interesting for Dova. Dova seems to be throwing a lot of strikes inside the pocket that I don't think that I would normally recommend. Has thrown that spinning back kick to the body on several occasions. It's landed right there again. I don't know if that's the really time or place for that strike. If he does get countered when throwing that, it could be dangerous.
No, I think that one that just landed then was at literally the last fucking frame before it was out too close.
This is what I'd like to see. Sorry, Jamie, from Dover. Now, look at the stamina for a second.
Oh.
Big Daddy Rick got a lot more stamina than from Dover. So what I'd like to see if Dover could get back up to his feet, is somebody bring Rick to your level, make him fight your fight, make it dirty, get close to start throwing big hooks and combinations to the body. Like I said, if he can get up.
I think that minute 40 left in the second round, of course, Rick just going to work with the ground and pound, exposed a little bit of that grappling efficiency on Dova's side, but by no means is he a slouch. Would like to see him go back to the leg kicks. He was having so much success in it, and I think wore down that lead leg of Rick so much. Abandoning it doesn't really seem like a solid idea.
You seen someone be throwing the leg kick while he's in southpaw.
Oh! Big body work there from Rick.
The body work from Rick.
Stamina is just getting melted.
Ooh! Nice.
He invested early over Rick to the body, and it's really paid off well. There we go.
Rick's really utilised those body kicks superbly.
I want to see Rick come up high with a kick now.
That left leg for Rick is done, at least in my opinion. Only going to take one or two more before we see a rock or a knockdown from it. 10 seconds left. It's going to happen at the end of this round. First round, big front kick.
Ooh, nice
hook over the top for Dova. Interesting.
Jinx, show me a coat.
I will say Dova kind of secured the first one, at least in my opinion. I think Rick might have gotten the nod in that second round. In my judging, at least, just the optics, it seems that everything's going to come down to the final 5 minutes.
I'd agree, 100%. And so far, the favour in terms of stamina is tilted in Rick's favour. So if you get a lot more, I love that switch, those switch dances. That's so nice. So nice.
Oh. Dova a tendency.
Sorry, Ben, go on.
Dova has a tendency to eat that 1-2 right in the middle. I like how he... Oh, right there. See, throws the spinning back to the body and then gets countered.
Woo!
Ooh, if that second elbow connected, that could have been dangerous. Nice takedown there. See if he denies it. Nope.
Rick doesn't follow him down to the ground, though. Interesting choice. Combination there from Dova lands.
Well, doing
it's caught now. You're right, Jamie. You sound like fucking Squidward.
When he's thrown him to the ground like that out of the clinch, opens up the head strikes with a knee, which I think.
Today on commentary, we've got a knee and a villager from Minecraft.
Dova really has to be careful with his stamina moving into the final 3 minutes of this fight. I wish he invested, again, more in the legs. He was having so much success there, standing in the pocket and training. It doesn't seem like the optimal choice.
Smart block there.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh!
The fact you can duck a head kick that goes straight up the middle is unbelievable.
Great work there from Dova, but again, eating so many shots to the midsection, that's really going to open up the head. His head health isn't where he wants to be. He gets rocked there. Good work to duck and miss it, but boy, this is not where you want to be for Dova.
The combinations are clean right now for Rick, and he gets the takedown.
What's he doing?
Decision. Takedown with a huge stamina advantage.
He's going to go for a rear naked.
Unless he's going to go for it, then this is a waste of time for him. Yeah.
This is so strange.
What? I don't.
This is like in the fight where Figgy was behind and he throwing ankle trips. Didn't throw any strikes.
Dova appears to be running out of options. Minute 30 left. Eats a shot to the body. That's a big one.
Dova needs a flying knee or something.
Yeah, Sort needs to
going up top. Rick pulling away with this. Minute left in the fight. Let's see if Dova can survive or make something happen. Will Rick get the stoppage? He could pour it on right here. I think he could overwhelm Dova.
Why is he not just throwing? Just throw. Break the block.
Oh, good body work there from Rick, dipping down.
It's style.
Oh!
Oh, that's what
Dova
happens
with
when you
the
correct
stun.
style.
Dova needs to go for broke. 30 seconds remain. He's not going to win on the judges' scorecard, in my opinion. Who wants this fight more? 30 seconds left to decide.
Jesus, Dover's just flowing.
Dova breaking down the block. Rick returns with a
Dova,
knife knee.
zero stamina, but still throwing and landing.
Rick's frozen.
Coming forward. 5 seconds remain.
Oh.
Catches Rick.
I don't know.
Wow.
Rick got rocked and just froze to the spot.
I thought the fight was at the end of like 3 minutes when Rick took him down, but if you're Rick, you've got to be sort of kicking yourself a little bit because you had an easy finish there, in my opinion.
Shut up!
Yep.
All right.
All 3 judges score the contest. 30-27, declaring the winner.
30-27.
Yep. Rick gets the decision nod. Have to imagine that's a unanimous 29-28 in his favor. Would love to see the stats on that, though, if the host can pull those up. 30-27. Interesting that first round went to Rick. I
would like to see the stats, but there's been weirder decisions.
It was the first decision, I believe, that we've had on today's card. And Rick really impressed me with how he took that fight and just pulled away as it went longer. I think the body work was something that he adjusted to and found great success with it. Total strikes landed were quite similar. However, Rick, I think...
Round. Sorry, Ben.
Oh, that was...
It was 30-27, but the
30-27
judges are
for Rick.
pissed.
What I was saying before is although it was a good performance in terms of Rick's striking, you do if you're Rick have to kick yourself just a little bit because he had his body health so low, you had a rock to the body, you choose to take him down, and then you get up. You could have ground and pounded him, submitted him. You literally had him at your will. But instead
absolutely. I completely agree with you, right? When you're in that back sitting position, the rear naked choke is so overpowered, and he had a huge stamina advantage. Really could have finished that if he wanted, and I would like to see more urgency from him because, after that, right, when he got back to the feet, he was rocked, right? Dova caught him with a really clean combination, and so I think moving forward for Rick, he needs to address the holes, one of which being complacency. For Dova, I think he needs to work on the stamina management. I mean, this is something that I deal with. This is something that I know a lot of people in UFC 4 deal with. It's that midsection, right? Once you start eating several clean combinations to it, that stamina bar is just not on your side, and it does not recover. So addressing that and doing more work, I think that he shouldn't have abandoned the leg kicks. Right, this is something that I was saying in the first round, second round, and in the third. Right, he was having so much success and really wearing down that leg, but that doesn't matter if you don't continue it. Right, if you don't dedicate yourself to the onslaught of leg kicks, and it clearly had no effect as Rick was still able to pull away. I think if that leg was a bit more damaged and Rick's movement and his agility was more compromised, I think Dova and his clean combinations in that third round would have had a lot more success.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that third round Rick made it harder for himself. Not only it was 2 parts. Obviously, you got Dover's striking because at the end he could just go for start, just firing crazy shots, but also not finishing the fight when you had the clear opportunity to finish. He made it harder for himself when he didn't need to. Still a great performance. Still showed off his striking, but I'd like to see next time when the finish is so clearly there on a platter, go for it.
Absolutely. Rick does unseat the number 4 contender at PlayStation 155. Dova, the Slayer of Dragons, will find himself a bit lower once the rankings are established. Interesting to see what Rick can do in the top 5 of that division. Have to give a huge shout out to Bobby Light, do you, gifting the Tier 1 sub, Bo19. Congrats, pal. You just earned it. Thank you, Bobby Light. We truly appreciate that. Today's stream has been incredible with the giving.
No, that just to say the UFC, John McDessie's beat out of some little kid.
Yeah, he really fucking is. I've been watching, and he's just landing right hand after right hand.
He landed like a jab, and the guy leant back, and I was like, oh.
Look at the replies in his tweet.
Oh my god, look at him.
Did you know John Anik has an identical twin? Are you him? Yes, Ben Anik. It's a full name.
Ben Anik's hair, but have you seen? You got me saying it. Have you seen his brother's hair? It's fucking flowing.
Yeah, I think I have.
Gorgeous. He's got a mane. I think the reason they do that is so. I think John Anik said the reason he shaves his hair is so he doesn't get confused with his brother, so they are easy to tell apart because they are literally spitting image. Like it scares me.
And if
Twins have always scared me.
If you took your own advice, you would win. No disrespect. Wavy, completely correct. If I listened to myself, I'd be a fucking champ by now, except I'm just bad at the game. DJ Ocean, I did win, bro. I'm resting, watching other fights. I'm taking a break, dude. Interesting. Not sure what Ocean was responding to there, but hey, good to see that you're taking a break. You can't always play UFC 4, man. You gotta do something else.
As the great Jeff Goldblum once said, life finds a way.
That was a decent Goldblum impression.
You've got to add in the and the
Kane's child predator tone just came out there for a moment.
My mustache just got incredibly thick.
Oh man! Now while we're waiting for this fight, if you are watching the UFC Fight Night alongside Agro today, talking about Makdessi versus Bahamondes, it seems that Makdessi is just having a lot more success in the pocket and angling off. Right, he's creating more angles. Bahamondes isn't doing an effective job at leaning to the side and swaying. He's mostly just trying to come right up the middle, whereas Makdessi looping around and catching the guard, which opens up the middle, right? Because then as a fighter, you're more covering the ears, right, with your guard as opposed to just keeping it right up front. So interesting work from Makdessi here. 4 minutes left in the second.
And a lot of fight that probably a lot of people thought that he was going to lose because obviously Makdessi, he's lost to a lot of the top players. You look at his loss to Cerrone, you look at his loss to, I believe he lost to Oliveira as well. But one thing he's doing really good in this fight against the much obviously longer, taller fighter is really cutting in that distance and using switch strikes to close that distance, close that gap, and to catch him with some real big power.
Absolutely agree with you. One thing that I had an issue with John Makdessi in the past was how he was very passive, right? It didn't seem that he was active. He was more just on the bike, circling around, very low volume. And so I'm really happy to see that he's engaging a lot more and utilizing the power. I mean, John Makdessi is a strong guy. He nicknamed himself the Bull for a reason, and he's really showing it here tonight against Bahamondes. We'll have to say huge thank you to Bobby Light Do You for the subscription himself. Gifts one and then gets one. Thank you, brother. We appreciate it. DJ Ocean, he's calling me. I'm taking a break. To Wavy, he's calling me out. If the money is right, I'll do it.
We appreciate.
I don't. Where is Wavy calling? I don't see him calling you out in the Twitch chat. Wavy, of course, is a great competitor. Our number one contender at 145. Great guy as well. Ocean, if you do get some rounds with him, would be a good yardstick for how you do in aggro. Make sure you DM us on Twitter and apply. Now, this one's an interesting one. Okay, and I want to discuss the fight between Aussie versus Little Obesity. These guys are brothers, and as you can see, there's absolutely zero ping. They're probably sitting right next to each other, to be honest. And I think that's hilarious because Aussie, the common complaint against him and both Obesity is their ping, right? They're in Australia, isolated, away from everybody, and so playing them is just a nightmare because the ping is ridiculous. So I'm interested to see how these guys do with such strong connection.
This might be the first aggro couch co-op fight because the reason there's no ping is because they're playing on one console. They're playing on one console. Obviously, they live together. I believe the brothers, Obesity and Aussie are brothers.
No, it's the same.
They are, yes.
It's the same person.
Ozzie's got two controllers. He's got one hand on each.
They're not even taking the time out to invite each other and join each other. They're just doing it by couch co-op, which is amazing because we should have gotten out the cleanest fight we've ever had. Like we should see everything.
Aussie, of course, is a former champion in aggro. Lil Obesity, his last fight was against myself. And one thing to extent, I was really putting the pace on him early. Would like to see a lot more lateral movement and maybe some takedowns, right? Level changing really offsets the aggression early. However, Aussie putting it on to him right now.
This looks like lightning gameplay. It's like something I've never seen. Whoa!
Oh!
Fucking
Aussie
hell.
styling on Obesity.
No, Aussie's the left-hand one. Obesity.
Fuck.
Right,
Right, okay.
Obesity's the left-hand one, correct?
No, Obesity is Gracie, I think.
No,
probably should've-
Obesity's...
No, because that's Aussie's calf.
Yeah, but it looked like they were on opposite sides in the
We
lobby.
probably should have cleared this up before the fight started.
It doesn't help that we're playing on couch co-ops. The guy on the right is just known as Unknown Blue Corner.
Yeah, I saw that. Okay, we'll say the dude who's Aussie's calf, we'll say that's Aussie, and then Obesity's the other one. A big clip by Aussie there.
Yeah, I assume Aussie's calf is Aussie. I mean, that makes
Oh, I
sense.
don't know because it was at Little Obesity's account.
That's what I'm saying,
Yeah,
yeah.
but that's all the account they always play on.
Oh, they both share it.
Yeah.
We should have cleared this up. But again, brother on brother action here, Shades. Ozzy knocks down Obesity.
Brokeback Mountain.
Vice versa. We don't know.
Of course, Ozzy,
What are you
number
doing,
3
Step
at
Bro?
145, 9-5 overall. Ozzy looking to secure his 10th win in the Octagon. Little Obesity looking to make a run in that 145-pound division.
It's gonna be an awkward family dinner. Oh my god! Did you see
Ozzy.
that? A hook kick, lead hook kick into a 360 spinning heel kick. Oh my god, these combinations are making me
What are
creep.
you doing, Step
God, I'd love to hear the trash talk going on in the Ozzy and Obesity household right now.
These are only combinations that you can land an absolutely 0 P. I'm sorry.
The play on the projector as well.
What?
That's fucking hilarious.
This is insane.
One of them could be sat on the other side of the street and still be able to see the screen.
One's playing on a Nintendo Switch. The other one's playing on a projector.
Obesity's on his GameCube right now, kind of. No, but both guys managing their stamina a little bit inefficiently as we approach the final minute in the opening round. I'd like to see a bit more conservation and selective shots as we get into the second round. But will we? Great stick there from Little Obesity.
The thing is with these two, they probably fight 65 times a day, so they know exactly how each other fight.
Yep.
They've got to switch things
Oh,
up.
big. Good block there from Ozzy, able to sort of, dig to the body.
Ozzy's
I wish they would have recorded this. This would have been great fun.
Yeah, we should have just had it like face cam in their room.
Yeah, she went like, boy.
Oh!
Jab after the bell.
Yeah. Also, John
Conclusion.
is now getting beat.
After the bell, looks like Ozzy's been DQ'd for that. Man, but what a fiery
Never gonna
round.
let
Both
you
of these
down.
brothers really trying to leave it all out. Ozzy having a bit more success, of course, with that knockdown and then the big rock at the end. I think Obesity needs to shore up those huge strikes because they consume a lot of stamina and just open yourself up for a big counter. If Obesity could set those shots up like he did at the beginning of the first round, I think he'd have a lot more success. But again, level changing, guys. Don't forget you can grapple in this game.
Never gonna give you up. Woo!
Oh, nice ducking
Big-
knee.
There's a knee to the spine of Obesity. It might give him scoliosis, I think.
That's illegal. I'm sure. I'm sure shots.
That broke Neymar's spine in a World Cup game.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, big opportunity for him. Obesity doesn't really
Is
capitalize
it
as
illegal
effectively
to
as he
kick
could have.
kick your opponent in the spine? It can't be, right?
Yeah, it's illegal to punch.
Woo!
Or...
Oh! Body knockdown there for Ozzy.
It's
The
illegal
spine
to
shots
punch
are-
in the back.
Yeah, you're not allowed to punch him in the fucking spine. Trust me.
What?
Don't test me, bro. I train UFC.
So I can cut his windpipe off, but I can't punch him in the back.
Yeah.
John McDessie and Ozzy both pouring it on their opponents right now. I
It's
feel
like you can't. This is also another rule that you can't purposely manipulate joints. Like you can't. You're not allowed to purposely break them. Like if you break them by accident or if they don't tap, then yeah. But if you just go straight in and break their arm, it's not allowed.
You're
It's
not
like
allowed to
trash
grab by
talk.
the throat, are you?
You're not allowed
You're not allowed to like grab them by the throat like you would be your little brother, are you?
Dude, you know the prelims are on right now. I'm watching it. Ocean, I have it up on my
Who's this
computer.
DJ Ocean guy?
You know everything, don't
Woo! Switch kick!
you?
Oh, Obesity down. Let's see if Ozzy pursues to the ground. Doesn't.
Fight me!
Roundhouse catches that body offering there.
Do you know
Both
who
can't.
Obesity's calf looks like? It looks like that guy who got killed on Walking Dead.
Oh! Check left is there.
Everyone.
The one that
Everyone
died and
in the
everyone was
back.
really sad about.
DMX?
No.
Oh. Oh, big body rock there from Ozzy. Oh!
It's crazy. Both fighters have got like identical stamina as well. Check them slides.
Ozzy pouring it on here.
my
Eats
God,
to the body
crazy.
again. Obesity looks to get that two-touch. Doesn't land.
You alright, Jamie?
I said he looks like the guy off Walking Dead who died and he went, who, DMX?
You Daryl. Is it Daryl?
I don't know.
Don't watch it. Stop watching the second
The
season.
Chinese guy.
Oh,
Big
Glenn.
Oh, Glenn.
Yeah, Glenn.
That does not look like Glenn.
Yeah, he's got the same haircut.
Glenn's Asian.
You're on the guy on the right. You're on about the guy who's meant
Yeah, the guy on the right. Yeah, I can't see his face, can I?
You mean, yeah, Crone Gracie? Glenn with no beard?
Oh, God.
Glenn's got a beard, hasn't he?
50 seconds left. Glenn doesn't have a beard.
Glenn's got the softest face in Walking Dead history.
I lost my virginity watching Walking Dead.
Oh my
Both of these guys have 0 stamina, leaving it all out. 30 seconds left. Can Ozzy get the finish in the second round over his brother? Oh, man, that body is gone.
I always just use
Oh!
my uncle's Netflix.
These guys have 0 stamina. Big body rock again. Ozzy pouring it on.
this is
8
crazy.
seconds left. Can he finish it? Can he finish it? Let's see. No.
My best
Lil
focus, because this is actually a really good
survives.
fight.
This is a phenomenal fight.
Yes, I'm talking about bullshit, Jamie. You distracted me.
Don McDessie versus Bahamondes in the final minute so far. Bahamondes pouring it on to McDessie. Maybe he can pull off that big comeback like Obesity can.
Oh.
Let's see.
Kick to the neck from Gracie.
Oh!
Oh!
Body kick
Another body rock.
from Australian.
Oh!
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 This is, oh my
Oh! Obesity! Can Obesity do it? Can he finish his brother? No, he cannot.
Yeah,
Not enough stamina.
Wow.
Oh! Check hook.
Goes to the body
Head
again.
kick.
That switch kick not there. Ozzy pouring it on. 0 stamina on both
Oh.
of these guys.
Oh!
Rock the hook
Oh.
in there. And that's it. Ozzy finishes. Lil Obesity, brother on brother violence, absolutely delivers. Body hook ends the night.
What are you doing, step, bro?
You were right. Yes, that is Aussie. I think. Yes, it is Aussie. 'Cause little Beastie is a-
Bahamondes is bleeding all over. Jesus. For those that are watching the fight night, beware. Gore is on the screen.
What are you
Can we start
doing,
doing
step,
fight
bro?
nights?
I feel like we could
We
do
could
like
do
a
like-
Wednesday fight night card,
do like
6
a-
fights.
I was literally just going to say a 6-5 card fight. 2 commentators, 6-5 cards, nothing major, just like a little fuck about. You can even do it like. Do it.
Hey, if you want to put the effort in
right
the
now.
matchmaking and getting them all there,
Wow.
I'm down.
Great
Yeah,
job there from Ozzy. Extends the winning record to 10 wins, 5 losses in aggro. The number 3 contender at 145. String it together, back-to-back wins now. Little Obesity alternating between losses, 7 and 9 officially at 145. A lot of good fights for him. Samsonium, of course, 2-1 down. The number 7 contender. Rohan 1-3, and of course Broke Boys MMA, who's 0-2, could kind of pick from the bottom 3
Oh.
and then bounce back
Oh.
and proceed. But this one is an interesting fight that we have up next. Raw Dog versus Arjun MMA, the return. Raw Dog, of course, was dismissed from aggro due to a couple of circumstances that he placed
The
himself
return
in.
of the
But now-
racist. Sorry.
Okay, well, we weren't gonna.
Yeah, no need to out him, but the guy was a penis and he regrets what. Yeah.
We're not gonna. Again, we're not gonna. It's in the past. We can move forward. Raw Dog expressed his apologies and was sincere about it, and so we are giving him another chance. Now, however, the chance comes against a serious contender, Arjun MMA, the number 2 guy at Xbox 155, currently winning 3 out of his last 5 fights. Let's see if Raw Dog can jump back into the top 5, or will Arjun turn away?
Oh my
Say
god.
something.
Look at Bahamondes' face. Fuck my life.
Ruined.
Yeah, he's swollen.
Looks like he fought Tony Ferguson for 55 minutes.
Just to touch on the last fight, the Super Chad called Aussie the best striker he's ever seen. Aussie's worst striker I've seen. Truly, that fight was great.
To be fair,
He didn't get enough
if anyone's going to test Aussie, it'll be the guy who plays him the most.
Himself.
Absolutely. Lil Obesity does not exist. That was just Ozzy alone with the projector. DJ Ocean, Raw Dog, yes, Raw Dog, the guy with the knight armor. John McDessie wins by split decision. You're fucking joking.
Blitz.
Who
I hate the UFC so
On
much.
earth found that Bahamondes was the winner in that bout? Jeez, the guy looked like he got hit by several
Well,
trains. Not one,
did he win?
several.
Who was that woman?
No.
That
No, John
lady.
McDessie won by split decision. But again,
Mate,
split
that's the
decision?
second split tonight that's been bullshit.
Holtzman versus Gamrot up next. Of course, Scott Hotsass Holtzman recently losing Beneil Dariush, bouncing back, I believe, looking to take on a very dangerous prospect at 155.
Just having some technical difficulties at the minute. It looks like both fighters are game. And,
This has been loading for several seconds. They're going to restart and invite us. Let's flip back to the commentary screen while they get that going.
I was already on it.
Boy.
You did it perfectly timed then, Ben. I literally clicked it as you said it. Beautiful.
Oh, I love it. I love this commentary screen. Let's get some some fucking pog in the chat. I don't know. Bisping, one of the resident admin members, created this, put it together. I think it looks incredibly clean. And I don't know. Originally, we have this BRB, the Be Right Back screen that we've thrown to. I hate it. And so I'm glad that we're getting this commentary screen back in.
I'd like mine updated so Mr. Money in the Bank gets his full glory, please. Kane Lesnar needs his shine.
Kane, of course, with that Money in the Bank. Do you have any plans to execute that in the near future?
Well, I did, but my PlayStation died. So I am genuinely thinking of maybe getting an Xbox, because you can get one cheap for like 80 quid maybe. So there's a lot of fights at Xbox that interest me.
Runs off to Xbox, does he?
Kane, I would love to welcome you to Xbox. That would be a true pleasure.
I wouldn't want to do that to you, Ben.
While you're waiting, I think Ozzy wants an interview potentially. If we have time, might as well. Got nothing but some minutes to burn.
But
DJ Ocean,
the Money in the Bank contract, the wheels are in motion. Once I've got some work, the aggro work.
Absolutely.
Get in the fucking
Champ
Discord,
Kane, double champ Kane. Could see it.
We've fucking been 4 times already. 3 times, sorry. Might as well make it a fucking 5th, 4th, and then 5th, and then 6th. I'm the best guy at winning a belt, the worst guy at defending a belt.
At least you know the weakness, you know.
Right, here we go.
Go
Let's
to
speak to
commentary
this
school.
Aussie.
Bisping doesn't know what a PlayStation is. So Bisping is DJ Mikey B. Bisping's one of our admin members and fighters in that Xbox 155 division. Currently the number 4 contender on a 2-fight win streak. Not to be confused with Michael Bisping, UFC Hall of Famer. And actually, you know what? He is Prime Bisping, formerly the Bisping Bible.
Are you ignoring Aussie on purpose?
Yes. I was meant to have an interview. But
Hey, peace, beautiful.
how's it going, boys?
Ozzy, welcome. Congrats on such an incredible performance. That truly was a fight of the night. Could be a fight of the year once it's all said and done through the calendar months.
Bollocks!
He's using APOs.
Yeah.
I can confirm it here right now.
Yeah, my brother thinks I'm using APO.
Oh, you're not
Bro,
both here. Oh, God.
I cannot tell you how scared I was that I was going to get hit when I knocked him out. I thought I was going to get it right.
Do you sound like Kermit the Frog? If it was Australian.
Do I?
Yeah.
What is going on, Jamie? You're smart.
Did you say that you concerned that obesity would actually punch you if fucking stack you in the arm?
That is always
Yes,
concerned.
that is
Sleep with
100%.
That's hilarious.
Is that why you bailed
now,
on the ground? Sorry, go on, Ben.
I want to ask a couple questions really quickly. Of course, we are hopping into this one.
Yeah, go for it,
but
go for
you guys are operating on a projector.
Yes.
Why?
Wait, what do you mean, man? What do you mean projector? I'm confused.
Can't afford TVs.
Like, is it TV or are you projecting to the
It
wall?
costs more than a TV, just saying.
It's a TV. Yeah, what? It's a TV, bro.
Oh, well, why did Kane say you have a projector?
That might
We stream off the Xbox. We stream off Twitch off the Xbox.
that might be the worst
Anyway,
quality TV I've ever seen in my life. It looks like it's on a wall.
I just want to call out Fro because I kicked his ass in the tourney, and he got lucky. I love Fro. He's my boy. He's my teammate. But he got lucky in the first fight, and I will beat him in the third fight because I kicked his ass last time.
Of course, you guys did have the initial outing. You came up short there. You are the number 3 guy. NMC on NMC belt would stay within the team, so I would prefer that.
1 second, May, my brother.
And of course. Now, a question to Obesity. Obesity, you're kind of down at that number 6 spot, 7-9 overall. Who would you want to fight next?
I would like a rematch with Aussie because he's a cheating cunt. And I'm drunk, and he's very sober. I believe that is an unfair advantage. If I'm sober, I would probably kick his ass. That's all.
Of course, our Australian guys not staying away from the alcohol tonight. Obesity, to get your thoughts on that fight and how that went. Again, it was such a good back and forth. Both of you had great moments, and I want to talk about your distance work. Right, you have such a good use with that little lead kick and then flipping to the spinning back up top. Are those things that you drill?
Most of the time, yeah, I usually do it online, and it's just harder to play. It's harder to
I was surprised I rocked his body so much, considering he and I literally watch each other play all the time, and we know that we love both of us. We love the body. Our body work is how.
That's because you've got big ones.
It sets up our head strikes.
Absolutely agree with you. Very effective work.
Yeah. But if I actually have to make a call out, I would say that the winner of this next fight or the fight after will be Wavy and Bear. The winner of that should fight Aussie for a number 1 contenders fight, and the loser of that, I'll fight him.
Is that obesity
That's
talking?
all I want to say.
Who do you think you are?
I will say, obesity. I don't know, of course, your win before this was me. I haven't won in aggro.
Look,
before
look,
that,
man,
of course.
Look, man, you're a tough fight, bro. All right, 0-5, all right. Look, you're a dark horse, all right. We all know it.
Racist.
All right.
To be fair,
I
you could take Liam to 3 rounds.
I hate to be that person, but worst comes to worst, I'll fight my teammate Sam. I feel like that's also a fair matchup. We're close on the rankings.
And Sam, of course, recently losing to Ozzy himself. Ozzy delivering the first aggro loss in Sam's career. Ozzy, actually, because I missed that card, unfortunately. Ozzy, I want to do a quick rewind to that bout. How did it feel to take away the undefeated record of Samsonian?
Really good, because that kid's really fucking weird, and he was giving all me this really lovey-dovey shit to me before the fight. I'm like, I'm not having that, so I kicked his ass, and then infiltrated the team of TDE, got all their secrets, swept out to NMC.
What is it? What is it?
I'm drunk. I know my camp.
He's completely lying.
Shut up. I know my camp. Anyway.
Everyone's on steroids. Fuck y'all.
All right, so some breaking news. Kai, of course, our guy, one of the hottest prospects that we brought in, is here. We can run back him and Falcon while we're waiting. It seems that Raw Dog and Arjun are in a lobby right now, so we could do Kai and Falcon after this one. I wouldn't be opposed to that.
I agree. Now listen,
Awesome.
boys. Why I'm here? I know I'm good fighting in the ring. I know I'm good fighting in the octagon. But listen, I have a sexy Australian lisp that would be great for commentating. All right, give me a chance, boys. I will come on Hamid and make the.
I was just about to see if I could drag him out. Oh my god. That is fucking hilarious. Oh man.
Breaking news. Whoever was going to fight Rory McDonald pulled out, so now Curtis Millender, if anyone can remember him, is now fighting Rory.
David. Yeah, of course. So David, our Bulldog Mashad, I have a lot of partiality to him. He is a hometown hero of mine, training at a gym that I formerly trained at. Great guy and a really serious competitor. Went to war with Ray Cooper III in the PFL finals last year for the $1 million prize. Came up short. The body was not on his side. Midsection got busted. Was excited to see him come back. Now sad to see him go. Curtis Millender likely going to get melted by the Red King, Rory McDonald. But talking about melting, Raw Dog returning versus Arjun MMA. Let's see who comes out on top.
What a weird post-fight interview.
That was fucking hilarious.
Every time
It's not weird.
we start talking about commentating, I kick him.
Them two do make me laugh. I do.
Good, guys. Unsure if Ozzy will have a stint on the commentary booth, but to be completely honest, it's sort of a why not, right? Throw him on the prelims once and see how he does. Now, throwing it back to the UFC Fight Night, Scott Holtzman versus Gamrot in the closing seconds of the opening round. Seen that Holtzman was having the better of it. Really have not seen... I wasn't watching too much of it, but, you know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Gamrot was fucking beating the shit out of Scott. Who knows?
Take a look at the live stats. It's pretty close. Significant and total strikes are at 9.
No ways, the game crashed again.
It's 14-14. If it's crashed again, I'm going to go crazy.
Wow.
Esports ready!
Is Wavy...
Oh, no.
Woo!
Hey!
Here we go. Finally, Raw Dog versus Arjun.
Raw Dog's cafe back.
Right, finally.
Hold on. Wavy's here, right? Wavy's fine.
Yeah, where was he? Yeah. Well, Wavy's not
All
back
right.
now,
This
yeah.
quality is from the 1970s, apparently. Interesting choice from Arjun in the pre-fight taunt. Let's see what Raw Dog has. Nothing. Cool.
I like that.
Will the return occur, or can Arjun stop the former title challenger in Raw Dog?
Arjun's flashy fights like Smash Parker or Aziz.
Oh, gets caught with a beautiful
Woo!
switch. Oh!
Wow, Raw Dog eating shots early. Arjun finding the chin.
Raw Dog maybe not as rocked as he looked.
Crazy for a couple of seconds. So
Who's winning, Jim Miller or Joe Solecki?
Jim Miller, of course, has a ton of experience. Joe Solecki, one of the prospects that's up and coming. I don't like how they keep throwing Jim Miller at prospects, man. I mean, just give the guy legends, give him older fights. He's got the most octagon appearances. Big little trip there from Arjun.
Big little.
Big Lou.
Give me Diego Sanchez versus Jim Miller.
Be careful, Ben.
Oh, that'd be fucking incredible. Raw Dog off of his back now. Let's see what Arjun has. I know Jamie, you and I went through Raw Dog's past couple fights and talked about the inefficiency potentially on the ground. Maybe Arjun can exploit that. Slides in a half guard here.
Yeah.
Oh, Arjun slips straight from the full guard into an arm triangle.
Oh.
One of the hardest.
Seems that-
He ain't gonna get it.
It is one of the
Yeah,
hardest.
Raw Dog.
Even on low
Submission.
stamina.
Yeah, and that, I would have canceled this by now if I were Arjun. There you go. Just to retain that position. But good on him to test it out and see. This isn't something that we've seen too much of this card. However, it is a frequent thing on aggro. We've got fighters, right, that are submission specialists like Jamie that will throw up a submission in the first round early just to test and see, yardstick, what that defense looks like.
There's an easy denial there. Sorry to... Well, it was a very easy denial. There was quite a long period where it's full.
Sweet Jesus.
We're seeing the holes now in the game.
Oh, Arjun pouring it on.
Nice reversal into half guard for Raw Dog.
Oh, Scott Hot Sauce Holtzman just got knocked the fuck out, by the way. Raw Dog getting pulled into back sitting here. This is not looking good for the return of Raw Dog.
There was a beautiful ankle trip. Gamrot. Oh my God, that
Missing
punch
the
was
finishes.
right at the back of his head.
Gilly. Oh.
Ooh, stamina not there for Arjun. Raw Dog progressing through the half guard. Let's see if he postures up. Nope, goes to side control.
Raw Dog's been out for nearly 2 months and he's not showing any
See,
improvements at all.
Big 1-2 that connected on Scott Hot Sauce Holtzman. And that guy's seeing stars right now.
I'm seeing stars as well. He's called Arjun.
I can't say what that is, but you know what I want to say, Jamie. Nice uppercut. God, I hate people who do that elbow combination. It gives me PTSD. Oh, nice uppercut.
Uppercut up the armpit, spins him round.
Oh, that kick was so close.
Woo! Round 1 to Arjun.
One thing, I'll give everyone a little tip now.
Kane just cut out.
Yeah, it happened.
Kane gives everyone a little tip. Hey!
I will say, no, completely agree. Kane, the check left is immaculate in this game, both at disrupting your opponent's momentum as well as just getting some damage, right? Breaking the block down a little bit. It's so quick. It's so useful. Oh!
Just
But it's more useful. A big uppercut up the middle.
Oh, but Arjun firing back with a 1 and then a flying knee. Woo.
Takedown. Straight to side control.
Takedown.
Good takedown.
Yeah, but 2 of my fights in the kickboxing tournament were finished with. It's a fantastic combination. It's a fantastic shot, sorry to use. And if you can mix it with a nice combination, it's even more dangerous.
Ozzy saying Raw Dog fight better. Alright, cheers mate.
Oh! What happened there?
Big whiff there from Arjun. Typically was very accurate with that flying knee tonight. That offering not landing. Raw Dog pushing forward here. Let's see if the aggression can really help him turn the tide.
Need to see more from Raw Dog. Nice leg kick. Spinning elbow.
And, if I'm Raw Dog, this really isn't how I expected the return to go. I mean, he's tasting a lot of resistance here from Arjun, who admittedly, of course, is a top 5 contender. Oh!
I like that.
Oh. Flying knee!
Elbow. Once again, the flying knee, very accurate for Arjun tonight. Knocks Raw Dog down. Here's the clinch work. Let's see if he can shoot for the takedown.
There it
It's
is.
the trip, though, instead.
Never seen that denial before. That's funny. Oh, nice denial.
He used to be able to do it all the time in UFC 3.
I'm
And they
trying
just any
to-
kind of sprint.
Oh, this could be bad for Raw Dog.
Unless Raw Dog's an idiot, he shouldn't get caught in this. He's got full stamina.
This UFC card is
that
fucking
bad,
insane.
going up.
Relax, Wavy. This is comparatively a weak card. I have to agree with Wavy. So far, this UFC Fight Night has been delivering tenfold. Jorgen De Castro getting decapitated. Scott Hot Sauce Holtzman getting sent to a different dimension. Several more finishes and great performances. Honestly, this is a good one. Kimura attempt here from Arjun.
Arjun is way too
Yeah.
confident in his sub-offense considering he's shit.
All these little fight nights that aren't set to be quite as good end up being quite good. Do you remember Cynthia Cavallo and Jessica Rai? I'm sure that broke the knockouts, almost consecutive knockouts. Got like 5 knockouts in the first 5 fights.
Yeah, I think
Absolutely.
It's good.
Do anyone watch
And that
Bellator?
ended up, Calvillo versus I turned out to be a great fight because I got devastated and dominated. If that knee landed, Arjun would have been seeing God.
Did anyone watch Bellator?
Yeah.
A denial there from Arjun. Goes for the Kimura again, gets denied.
Arjun's off his head. Go for full stamina subs. Even I
But
will
again,
go
right,
for-
Jamie? I think it's about control time. Arjun is putting those submissions out for multiple reasons. I don't think that he's intending to really tap out Raw Dog. It's more just but eating shots there. 30 seconds left. Raw Dog selling out.
Oh, but caught with these flying knees.
Uppercut.
Flying knee lands. Arjun knocks him down. This could be it. 10 seconds
Sway!
remaining.
This is it. Oh,
Wow.
only 3 seconds left.
Absolutely zero head health again. Raw Dog survives to the third round. Final 5 minutes up. Now
rounds for
Arjun
Arjun.
seems to be really dominating here, pulling away with it. That flying knee has been so... I've never seen someone be so accurate with the flying knee.
No, neither do I.
Jorge
Crazy.
Masvidal.
One time though. In his entire 45 career.
Oh,
Oh
God.
no!
Sorry.
Oh, God, this game's
What?
having us off.
Wow, what's happened?
Did you not see the glitch?
Oh no.
It just
You thought it was something. Oh! Spinning elbow there. Raw Dog again on the ropes.
What a lead uppercut to follow.
Arjun is pouring it on the aggression early in this third round, looking to get the finish. I feel like he smells blood in the water, but Raw Dog not one to go away easily.
I want to see some head movement. Raw Dog just stood with his head banging the center and was taking these knees.
And again, this is something that you and I discussed, Jamie, several weeks ago. The grappling inefficiency potentially from Raw Dog here. Kimura once again from Arjun.
Raw Dog.
This one could be tight.
Nah, what the fuck?
Does he get the chain? He does get the chain.
Nah, he's white. He's look at nah.
Doesn't seem like he's going to get this. I will say, for somebody that like Arjun, who's more of a knockout artist, the KOs are frequent on this guy's career. I like to see how he is mixing it up and trying to be more well-rounded with the submission attempts, with trying new things at the biggest
Raw
stage.
Dog's got to sell out.
Raw Dog has shown that he can catch Arjun on several occasions. Right there again.
El Clasico's on tonight, lads.
I don't watch football.
Okay.
Oh! Just like that. Oh!
1, 2, 3.
The return is complete. The resurgence of Raw Dog is here. What a finish in the third round puts Arjun MMA to sleep and steps back in to the top 5 at Xbox 155.
Darren Till's best mate gets his illustrious comeback.
And man, that was do or die for Raw Dog. Skips the combination. Would have liked to see it, unfortunately. But man, he was getting dominated for the most part through that second round. Suffered greatly at the end of those flying knees. Such a good comeback in the fight to cap off a great return.
It looked like he countered with a hook, either a rear or a left or a lead, but he got a big hook and it knocked him out clean. Told you those hooks to count on the spinning elbows are crucial. If you can time it just right, you're doing big damage and you're knocking your opponent off balance.
I will say, looks like, okay, unfortunately, we may have to rebook Kai and Falcon for a different week. It doesn't appear that anyone is available. We wish that Kai was here earlier. Glad that he's here now, but again, this is a broadcast. It's a production, and we have to keep moving forward. If you aren't here when you're scheduled to be here, the sympathy is somewhat limited. Now, moving on to a serious title tilt implications in this one. 145 on the Xbox side, Wavy versus Bear Yahweh. 2-0 Wavy versus 6-2 Bear Yahweh. This one is interesting. My most hyped fight on the card, in my opinion. This does kind of step into the co-main picture because Dosser and Aziz were slated at the beginning of the card. So big placement for both of these gentlemen. Kane, how do you see this one going?
Bear Yahweh has looked great in a couple of fights. You know, he had that insane war with Myron, which we never see, where wanged and banged. But then every single fight after that, we've seen him extremely composed, using clinches and takedowns to control the fights. I believe his last fight, I think he's coming off a loss. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe his last fight he close. But Bear Yahweh is a fantastic fighter, but Wavy he's undeniable.
Absolutely. Wavy, the ESFL competitor, truly cut from a different cloth when it comes to the striking realm. This guy is an NMC boy through and through, and man, sparring with him is a pleasure. Watching him work and his ability, his game knowledge, his IQ, he's always expanding and growing. I hope to see him come through here strong. But again, Bear Yahweh, truly a competitor in his own right. The pressure from Bear is one of the most notable things about him. I think that his ability to press someone against the cage and suffocate them and limit their options is what makes him the number 2 contender at Xbox 155 or 145. Wavy's ready. Yahweh's ready. I'm ready. Kane, are you ready?
Hell yeah!
Get Kane out of the booth.
I wanted to scream, but I screamed too much.
Out of everything you could have done then, you went, oh yeah.
Out of all your options.
I'll scream, and next minute there'll be a knock on the door, and the police will be like, who's getting murdered? And I'll be like, sorry, I sound like a woman when I scream.
Jamie, we do have some calls for some bets in the Twitch chat on this one. Wavy versus Bear. Would love to bet some points on this one. Chad offering best fighter he's fought. Beat him up. He lagged out. Again, yes, Fro was the one to beat Bear Yahweh. Give him the second L. Let's see if Wavy can give him a third. Good start from Yahweh.
Chad's talk about when Myron had a power cut, so he's completely uninformed there.
Oh. Yahweh very active so far. Really head movement on point in his first minute. Catching Wavy.
Really working that lead leg of Wavy's, which I like.
Wavy
One
hold.
of the offset a striker from throwing big, powerful shots is to start mixing up and chopping away legs. Only issue is if they're comfortable in both stances, you need to do it 2 times over.
What we see from Wavy a lot is he comes out, takes his time, like the first round against his last opponent, and in the second round he turns it on like he did against Tadpole, and one of the biggest upsets we've ever seen. I'm expecting a steady
One of the
round.
things that Wavy has been working on extensively is the body work. That guy is dedicated to the body hooks and the body uppercuts and finding opportunities for them. A couple things that we discussed in the fight week leading up to this is patience, right? Make the opportunities come to you. Don't force them and put yourself in a negative firefight that you don't need to do. Currently getting caught a lot. Yahweh finding the chin of Wavy. Wavy, not so much, but doing some good work to the body early.
I'm calling it. There's going to be a 1-2 head kick. Oh, beautiful 4-punch.
Yeah, he's setting that head kick up, and he
Bears looks really good. Looks confident.
Wavy
Looks
switching
very
stances
strong in his striking. He's what I like is when Wavy switches stance and deteriorating from, he's still chopping away at that wood. Which a lot of once he switch stance, you see them sort of lean off. But a good fight.
Yahweh's head movement is currently frustrating Wavy. I think he just can't find the shot, testing with the hooks, trying to gauge, but incapable up to this point of really putting anything together. Yahweh having a lot of success against the number 1 contender here.
I think Wavy didn't need to start reading the same combo that Yahweh's throwing.
Could be a level change potentially necessary. There it is. Good takedown there from the number 1 contender, Wavy. Let's see what he can do. Yahweh on his back, goes for the guillotine. Oh, just stands up.
How did he?
Taken straight out of the page of Derek Lewis School of MMA.
How did he get that?
Opponent got you in a choke. Get up.
Good combination there from Wavy, really finding the chin. Now, minute left in the opening round. That leg is busted. Gonna have to block a little bit down low.
What calf is he doing?
Oh, right there. Good. Oh, Wavy stundo uppercut finds its way through. Wavy down. 50 seconds remain. Can Yahweh finish?
Oh, nice reversal from Wavy.
Armbar.
Right in top man. Let's see.
He ain't got time anyway. Poor decision. Go for ground and pound.
A denial there from Yahweh. Knockdown. Easily going to put him in sort of the a 10-9 conversation here in the judge's eyes, I believe.
Watch. It'll be a 10-8. 10-7 for Wavy somehow.
Wavy not showing the ESFL side of him today. Having an off day.
Interesting. Yeah, a slower start than usual, not being as accurate as he has been in the couple days leading up to this. Yahweh, I think, is just frustrating him. Yahweh's doing a really phenomenal job of staying off the center line and not allowing those combinations of Wavy to land. I would like to see a bit more of the leg work from Wavy and maybe a bit of a clinch work, right? Something that we haven't really worked on, but making adaptations and reads is what he is all about. That's why he got to the ESFL. Good check there from Yahweh.
I was just about to say, the only issue now is with Wavy. One good check from Bear is going to do quite a bit of significant damage to Wavy's legs. So I agree, but he needs to use them smartly and not throw them blindly. Throw them behind combinations, or maybe even start a combination with a leg
He threw
kick.
too many body kicks to start throwing leg kicks. I think he just abandons leg kicks from now on.
But
Wavy,
no, go on, sorry.
once again, choosing to really stand and trade in the pocket, unsure if that is the recommended method to defeat Bear Yahweh. Because, again, Yahweh's got hands, and this guy is no joke.
And I was just going to say, we've seen that fighters come back before in aggro.
Look at his leg.
We've seen multiple fighters get their legs absolutely beat
Oh!
to death, and then the fighters with more success get submitted. We've seen Dosser come back in his fight with Ganja. In the first round, his legs were completely compromised, and he managed to get the knockout late in the fight, I think, fourth round. So even though your legs are busted, you still have the ability to finish, and Bear just still need to be careful. Wavy is always dangerous, no matter how compromised his legs may be.
He's still got hands
Bear
even though he ain't got any legs. You can still throw them.
You can't throw those hands if you can't stand. Wavy really digging into those legs. Clinch work here from him now.
The damage difference so far is crazy.
Absolutely. Bear showed that he's the cream of the crop right now at 155.
Chad will be pissed.
He looks good. Wavy looks really good. Not Wavy, sorry. Yahweh.
Oh, big hook finds its way through the guard. Wavy getting pressed up against the cage. The pressure of Bear, like we discussed, is really apparent here and palpable. Oh, leg kick.
Wavy's not doing any head movement. I don't know what he's doing.
Oh, Wavy failing to really block any of these leg kicks. They're all finding their way through and just limiting his options so far. Good lead up cut
Wavy
there.
just seems to abandon the body work.
Ooh, nice front kick.
Front kick. Definitely not the game plan that we had discussed in the NMC chat and prepared him for. But good clip there from Wavy.
It's like, I don't know, he froze.
Oh, Wavy's still landing and he's still hitting. So he's still throwing, he's still hitting.
I like how he's got to get his respect.
Wavy relying.
That's
Nice
good check there from Wavy.
Don't know.
Way to read that. Let's see if he can go to work. Oh, gets stunned by Bear Yahweh.
I was about,
Oh!
about to say.
This could be it. Can Yahweh pound him out?
Yeah, that's it. You can't. You can't overcommit. You get the leg rock, but the hands still have full power, so it doesn't matter. You can't overcommit.
Lead uppercut straight for the finish and then into ground. And
Funnily enough, both knockdowns that Bear got was from Wavy checking a leg kick.
Bear Yahweh advances to 7-2, bounces back in a big way, unseating Wavy from that #1 contender status and delivering him his first loss in aggro. Man, what a comeback performance from him. Yahweh putting everything together. Wavy, tough day at the office. Didn't seem that he could get anything going that he traditionally does. Going to be a lot of discussions about that later.
So a few things that you could take from Wavy and improve upon. Checking the leg kicks, reading those. He was still landing, even when his legs were compromised. He deteriorated. Just give up and stop fighting. He's happy to continue on and still try and get that win, which is good to see from. All credit goes to Bear because he looked fantastic.
And it sets up an interesting position for him, though, because, again, his last loss was against Fro, which was a very, I want to say, an easy night at the office of Fro. He basically dominated Bear Yahweh from bell to bell. Takedowns and control time were all there. So in the event that Yahweh does get a rematch with Fro, there's a lot of changes that I think he needs to make. And I don't really know if I saw those here tonight.
Yeah, I agree.
But either way, big bounce back performance, and interesting to see what he does as the #1 contender now. All right, moving on. I believe it is time for the main event. Oh, Bear Yahweh in the general. Let's get him in the booth for a little bit of an interview. Bear Yahweh, welcome to the booth. Congrats on an incredible victory. Great performance. Really mixed it up well tonight, hitting the head and the legs super effectively. How do you feel about that performance?
I actually feel pretty good. You know, everybody was saying Wavy's going to beat my ass, and then, you know, I just went and beat his ass. So, I mean, it feels pretty good.
Absolutely. Again, delivering him his first loss in aggro and putting yourself back in that title conversation as the number one contender. What does it mean to steal somebody's undefeated record from them?
You know, it doesn't mean anything, man. Wavy's a good fighter, man. He'll come back stronger. But tonight was my night, and Fro knows I'm coming for him.
Speaking of the champ, Fro, you had your initial fight with him not too long ago, didn't get the nod in that one. What changes do you think that you need to make, the adjustments that are necessary to get that gold around your waist in the future?
I don't know about that one, man. You guys will have to see.
All right, Bear. Any last words for the people watching at home?
Yeah. Shout out to Liam, and fuck NMC Aussie, fuck NMC, and fuck Fro. You guys are all a bunch of pussies.
Okay, Bear. Have a good one.
You too, man.
Bear, you stink.
All roads lead to the main event, Liam versus edcobby 2. The Xbox 155-pound title is on the line. Liam, 9-0, one of the most dominant champions that we have. edcobby, the former champ himself, 9-3, back-to-back wins in the Gasman side. Let's see who comes out on top. Kickboxer, sniper, balance, virtuoso. Kane, your thoughts?
I think this is going to be what we saw Ed. That sort of gave us a slight how to defeat Liam. Obviously, we didn't see it happen, but we saw his legs get worked. Ed got a rock to the body on Liam. I think it was a spinning kick. So if he can improve on those and start to, because we've not really seen anyone really try and attack Liam with the wrestling, he sort of draws them and lulls, which is all credit to him. Obviously, he's a fantastic striker, so he does manage to lull people in. But I think it's I don't know. Both fighters are fantastic in the right.
And you know, it is champion. Of course, Liam walking through that kickboxing tourney that we had recently, the Xbox 155 champ, and now the kickboxing tournament champ. This guy just doesn't seem like there are any holes in his game. edcobby, truly one of the most creative and versatile strikers, utilizing distance management like the back of his hand, but still was really kind of just dismantled in the first fight. Now, again, edcobby, a former champ in his own right, taking out incredible fighters like Stanley, like many others. So let's see if he can find the adjustments and make the reads to give Liam his first loss.
Imagine a kickboxing fight between me. Oh, that'd be so good.
I think
Liam versus edcobby. Gold is on the line. Big whiff there from Liam to start things off.
Baby. Liam's switching up his calf a little bit.
Woo!
Oh,
nice.
Big stick there from Ed.
Oh, there we go. A nice straight and then into a body kick.
Liam now pressing forward. This is not where you want to be, against the cage with Liam right in front of you. One of the most educated strikers I have seen, both at the AGRO, Cage Rage, ESFL level. I mean, Liam is on a different plane when it comes to the handwork.
Nice
takedown, but good defense there from Liam.
Liam is holding takedown, the denial a lot. If you watch Grapple Advantage, you can see he's holding it down pretty much whenever he's out of range.
Nice straight and body kick there for Liam. Turn.
I'm going high with head
edcobby, yep. Touching the block pretty frequently of Liam here. Liam advancing, gets that clinch position, holding it. Let's see what he does.
And another difficult thing to deal with, that push kick beautifully, just as it looked like Ed might have gone a head kick, and it pushed him down, which allowed him to hold with the clinch. He's got brilliant timing and can read strikes really well.
Former champ Cobby stunned there. Lead hook lands. Liam just seems to be moving before Ed does anything. This guy is misting Liam. If you will. Big kick there, though, from Ed.
I said it.
Got to give Ed a little bit of confidence, but he can't get too comfortable. Just needs to.
Liam is blocking low a lot. Cobby will do the right thing to come up high more.
Nice knee to the body.
will say one thing that I'm noticing is, of course, the pressure of Liam is very suffocating. Ed needs to do a better job of circling out and getting back to the center of the octagon. I feel like all of his best work is at range, at the distance management, and so being able to utilize it effectively is probably his best bet.
If Cobby wants his takedown, he can't just go in there and show it to him. He's got to go in there, make Liam block his head, and then take him down.
Good defense shown by Liam so far.
You know, I will say these takedowns from Ed, though, they are giving Liam something to think about, right? It is emphasizing to Liam, I need to block low, which could open up that head kick that Ed seems to be searching for.
If I make Cobby, I'm coming in and throwing 1-2 hook, or just a nice little combination to get Liam blocking, then shoot mid-combination.
Well, Liam takes him down and follows it up.
He'll stand back up.
See what he can. See what he offers now from his.
He's probably listening to me. He's probably thought, fuck you. I'm going to shark him.
Liam, very educated posture up there, digging to the body, being very selective and patient. Former champ Ed Cobby really on his back right now.
Liam showing some really good feints. Gets a nice. Fakes the top mount. Goes straight into side control. Nice groundwork here by.
Cobby does have a submission win by a guillotine.
Nice posture up.
Oh, former champ Cobby taking a lot of this. Gets the Kimura sweep, though. Great job by him to close out the opening round. Interesting, but I have to think. I have to believe that this would be in Liam's favor. He did get that momentary rock off of the lead hook, and it seems that he is a step ahead over former champ Ed Cobby. Again, at range, as I've been talking about, it should be Ed's realm, but every time he comes in, he gets caught with something, right? A straight, a check left, or a check right. These are things that Ed needs to make reads on in the next 5 minutes.
Totally agreed.
Big spinning kick there.
Nice knee.
Now, that's something that we saw Ed Cobby use incredibly effectively against Stanley, right? That knee debilitated Stanley's stamina in his midsection and led to that eventual KO finish. Don't know if that's going to have the same result here tonight, but interesting to see him dig to the well on it.
Shoot the takedown now when he's in range and you've got him blocking, then shoot. That's nice.
You can see, Liam having a big striking advantage here in terms of total strikes landed.
Turning takedown, straight side control, it's there for him. He only seems to want it when, I don't know, when he fancies.
Ed Cobby doing good work to break the block there in that exchange. 3.5 left in the second round.
In no way am I saying it's easy to take Liam down either, by the way. I'm just saying Cobby shows a few takedowns already, so you should assume that's how he came out to fight him, but I think he's got lost on the feet.
Both these guys clearly have a lot of respect for each other, taking a lot of time, being very patient in their offerings thus far.
Liam looking at the pressure.
That's straight down the pipe to start the combination. Wow.
It's his body work, too, right? He hides that body work so well, it rarely gets blocked. A lot of those hooks and uppercuts down low really land effectively. Can't see Ed Cobby's... big miss there from the former champ. Stunned. Liam going to work. Smells blood in the water. This could be it for Ed. Liam, 10-0. The defense is complete. Former champ Ed Cobby out cold from the head kick up top. Man, that was a incredible finishing sequence. Liam smelled blood in the water and just took the shotgun out and planted it against Ed Cobby's skull, pulled the trigger. Good night, former champ.
Everything I said at the start about the blueprint being written was... And I'm sorry.
How do you beat this guy? How do you beat Liam?
Shit.
I don't see anybody on Xbox that poses any chance at usurping the defending, undisputed Xbox 155-pound champion.
Maybe a certain PlayStation Kickbox tournament winner 2021. Maybe have a good run. I wouldn't say I could, but I'd love to fight him just because
you want the smoke. I suppose you have the opportunity with that Money in the Bank prize, but boy, I don't even know if I'd want to step in there with a fucking knife.
No, you wouldn't.
Well, I.
To be fair, you took him 3 rounds. Let's just say that you did take him to.
That's true. I did. Felt that sleeping in would be better than showing everybody how to beat Liam. I wouldn't want to do that to him. The champ needs the dominance, and by showing everyone how to beat him, I just couldn't do it.
I got
Right.
everything that I doubted, and when I say doubt, I don't think like I didn't not doubt and think like, oh, he's a terrible fighter. I just thought things that we haven't seen him show much yet. He showed all in this fight. The leg kicks, he was checking him. He had fantastic body work, and then he denied all the takedowns from Ed. Got his own takedown, and then pulled Ed for a good portion of the first round. So he just looked absolutely outstanding. Who beats him? Honestly, who beats him?
Me.
Liam, if you are here and interested, hop in the Discord. We'll get you a quick interview, champ. 10-0. That is impressive. I don't know if anybody else has ever gone 10-0 in this promotion.
No. Chad was close. But
Making
he lost.
Making history tonight. Man, Liam is just a... there's nothing much to say. I mean, this was a clean-cut performance from the champion, almost to be expected. You know, I liked Ed a ton, I really do, but he just didn't show enough in the first one that would give me any reason to expect a change in result in their rematch. EJ Ocean, I just got knocked out online. My hype is gone. Frick. Nah, hype is still there. Ocean, glad to have you in AGRO. Looking forward to getting you on a card soon.
Ozzy, Liam, if you want to retire, feel free.
Just shows how weak Xbox is, really.
Ooh.
Oh, you know.
Okay.
Liam is in the waiting room. Let's get him into the booth real quick. Liam, the Xbox 155 belt still runs through you. The champ retains, and still, how do you feel after that defense?
Yeah, probably pretty good. I mean,
Was
I
there-
did say I'd make it look easier, and no one holds a candle to me. It's as simple as that.
Absolutely did appear easier. Seemed that the adjustments were made. The small victories that Ed had in your first outing with him were not here this time. Really clean work at the office for you tonight. 10-0. That is a new record for AGRO. Nobody else has done that. How does it feel to be making history as the Xbox 155-pound champion?
Yeah, I just want to say, respect to Ed. You know, we came in with a different game plan this time. Tried to wrestle. It wasn't going to work, of course. I did want to showcase my wrestling, but he wasn't up for it. So.
You scouse.
But I do want to fight one person who talks a lot, Chad, if he ever wants to come back. But I know he does not want to fight me because I'll knock him out.
After a great chat, could be a potential reason why Chad vacated and went over back to the PlayStation console. Who knows what decision was made, what reasonings we had. But asking if Chad's not available, is there anything else on Xbox that excites you? You could go up and try to clean out 170, could drop down to 145, become the double champ. Who knows? Triple champ maybe could be in your future. Does any of that appeal to you?
I'd like to fight Fro if he can get past Bear.
He's already beat Bear.
I'd like to see him come up to 55 and I'll just send him back down to 45.
He's already beat Bear.
Welcoming the 145-pound champ
but
up
I feel
10
like,
pounds.
He didn't prepare right. I think this time he'll prepare right.
Potentially. Either way, Liam, congrats. 10-0, truly an impressive victory here and another defense on the belt. Anything that you have to say to the people watching back home?
I wish his combos were this delayed and he wouldn't win so much.
Just thanks for tuning in.
Liam, do you
I'll try
think
and
that...
get better. This is just the beginning, but no one's going to beat me. It's as simple as that.
Are you excited? Are you happy at all? I feel you're very deflated, Liam. I feel this is very deflated. Are you tired of having so much dominance?
I've heard more personality out of a shoe.
Hey. Either way, well done, champ. Always good to see you back in the octagon. A pleasure to interview and have in
I
the
have fun
booth.
fighting in these. It's pretty fun.
Doesn't fucking sound like it.
This is Liam's hell. This is his
As I
torture.
said, shout out to Bear. He's the one who prepared me. Yeah, thanks for having me in AGRO.
Absolutely. Looking forward to seeing you make another defense potentially against the 145-pound champ Fro soon. Have a good one, Liam. Oh my God.
No, you sounded
man.
ecstatic.
What was you
Yeah,
asking?
Liam was fucking
you
just
asking the
whooping
questions?
and yelling.
It was waiting for him to come out on the stream and then answering them. That's what it sounded like.
Yeah. I don't know. Either way, again, Liam successful in the defense, 10-0 as the Xbox 155-pound champion. Dosser, the new interim champion at PlayStation 155, turning away the undefeated Aziz. Both fighters who were 2-0 on this card lost their O's tonight. Wavy, of course, unsuccessful in retaining the #1 spot. Bear Yahweh steps in. A lot of great performances. Ozzy, of course, with that fight of the night against Little Obesity. What a card that absolutely delivers. And looking forward to seeing you all next week.